Oh, good evening, everyone. Hope we're going well. Apologies for the delay. Unfortunately, just had to do a fair few things before. Felt like that last hour before the game was very, very busy. Unfortunately, we still have 2.5 minutes, which is good for the bounce. Hopefully, no one's making any moves tonight. But if you are, chuck them in the chat, and I can quickly answer those before the game starts. But should be a good game, this one. Doc's last game, hold or trade or hold, Meek, says Callum Fife. Depending on what else you got in your team, I'd be happy to trade, personally. But it really depends on what else you've got there. So, if anyone wants to know what my trades are this week, I've gone Ralston down to Mentha from Melbourne. Not 100% sure if he's the red dot I'm bringing in, but I am bringing in a red dot. And unfortunately, it pains me to say this, I'm doing this watch-along, but I'm trading Doc out in his last game just because I don't want to have a forced trade next week. So I don't love it. Meek to Gawn or to English? Gawn's a value, so you're probably Gawn. But I like English as unique if you want to go different. So I'd go Gawn, but yeah, whichever one you want to go, I'm happy with both. But no, I don't love trading out Doc, unfortunately, in his last game. But that is just sort of where we're at in the season, trying to finish as high as possible and not have forced trades next week. So I'm hoping he goes 100 plus, though. I really do. I really want him to go really, really well. Hold Doc 120 plus, says Haz. I actually hope he does. I know I'm trading him out, but I hope he goes well. I really do. I want to see him kick a goal. I'd love to see him go big. We're hoping Will Day's a good game so he can go McCarthy today as a bit of a cheap pod. You don't hate that as an idea. Just saying he might already have gone, so English is a good choice. Yep, fair enough. Sorry, let me just answering Caleb's question. Yeah, cool. Doc jumps a stinky 50, says Marco. I hope not. I hope he gets at least a solid score. Evening also says limits. Evening, mate. Hope you're going well. No, I'm looking forward to this. Doc on a wing. So I'm hoping he puts up a good score. I've got him in Supercoach at least. So I've got him somewhere. I'm hoping he puts up a big score. So I've got him at least scoring for me somewhere. Anything else? Yeah, cool. That's all sorted. And we're about to get ready for some Thursday night footy. Looking forward to this game. Should be a good game. Hopefully that Carlton put up a good fight for Doc's last game. I do think HAWTHORN will win, but wouldn't be shocked if Carlton were able to pull something out just with Doc's last game and a bit of the emotion in it. But there you go. Runaway. Zach Williams also starting in the midfield as well. So it's interesting to see. Elizano, hey, Bales, just more tonight for me. And as a proud ex-Doc owner for many seasons in the past, I hope he goes well in his final game. Agreed. And that's exactly what I'm thinking. Right? I've owned Doc for a number of years in fantasy. And even though I may not own him for this game, as I trade him out, I just hope he puts up a good score. I do wonder if obviously he's retiring, right? So I'm assuming that it will be his last game, but it wouldn't shock me either if he went to another team next year. Is it like to develop some younger players, like maybe a North Melbourne or something? I wouldn't be shocked. But if it is to be his last game, which obviously they've said that it is, I hope that he has a good game and hopefully he can kick a goal. That'd be good to see. Nathan Thomas, hey Bales, and the chat, is anyone worried about Rosie's hand? Not sure if I trade him even though he's playing. I'm holding even and he's playing. I'm not opposed to if you wanted to trade though and be a bit unique. I don't hate that idea. Ginnivan's kicked the first goal, by the way, for the game. I don't hate the idea of trading him if you want to be aggressive and get something a little bit different. But I'm probably in the camp of holding. But yeah, I could see both arguments. So Callum said he's going Meek to Gawn and Johnson to Tico at F7, or could do Rosie to Goulden or trade Stewart to Dacos. I like that last one, Calum. Oh, but then it's probably Josh Dacos. He hasn't got a great matchups after this week against Richmond, but I wouldn't want Stewart. I'd want to trade Stewart out. So Stewart for me, Calum, if you don't have Sinclair already, he would be my pick of those cheaper defenders. Maybe Bailey Dale if you wanted to go there. One of those defenders. I'd do the Stewart trade out of those ones, I think. On Johnson to Teak at F7, yeah, you get a loot, but I don't know if it's a high upside player. I wouldn't worry about doing that move personally. So it's either Rosie to Goulden or Stewart Dacos. And I think Rosie to Goulden's a little bit sideways, Whereas the other one, I think you're getting an upgrade. So I'd be doing Stewart out with just the injury risk as well, right? He could get injured again early in the game like he's done a number of times this year and put up a bad score. So I do have Ashton Moore on my bench, and I am looping him tonight. And I've got an ability to. Here's Doc. Just bad kick from Hewitt. I do have Ashton Moore on my bench. I've got no one in the game tonight except Ashton Moore, who is looping F7. If he was to put up a good score, I could take that. I'd probably want like a 90 score. I know it's in the forward line, but I want a good score if I was to pivot trades or anything like that. Limits, I'm worried about Rosie potentially copying not early, and with the big break even, you could go down a lot, but I have bigger problems than that, says Limit. So I think that's all us as well, right? We're all worried about that, but we do have the bigger issues, I think. Matt, would you trade Zach Johnson to McMahon and Jack Martin to Steele? Believes me, with no mid-cut. Wait, where'd that go? Wonder how many times Matt Carroll and that are going to pass the Doc tonight. More than that's out of bounds. Would you trade Johnson to McMahon? Yeah, I like that trade. And Martin to Steele, but leaves me with no mid-cover, or Rowson/Liddy to McMahon and Martin to Dunkley. Or I could trade Rankin over Martin. It's a good question. I think it is the safer. I would rather Steele, but I think it is the safer play to go one of those mid-rooks out instead. I think you've probably got to be honest. But then again, so Zach Johnson's tomorrow night, right? So you get to see Johnson if he's the sub. If Johnson's the sub, trade him and get Jack Steele. But if Johnson isn't the sub for once, then I'd trade probably Ralston, because he's dropped and he plays the first game, gives you a red dot loop in Liddy, and go McMahon and do that one. But I like Jack Martin to Dunkley though. Still, I like Jack Martin up to one of those mids. It's a really good trade. So whichever one of those two. But yeah, I think it's probably the safe play. Just we've seen with some injuries laid out, so that you might need some bench cover. So I'd probably go there. Lee Everett, I did JHF to Teakle and Meek to Grundy. And with that money, I can get Nasiah next week. Do you tick that off? I do tick it off. Yeah, it's obviously a bit risky with Teakle at F6, and it is only a 2-week play. But if you've got a plan to upgrade him and then also get Nasiah, then I don't mind it. Zach Williams again with the clearance. Forgot to check my other draft leagues. I forgot to check that on the AFL app. Actually, give me a sec, guys. I need to just make sure that I've got everything sorted. Let's have a look. Okay, so that one's fine. That's fine. I do want Bont VC and then Dunk's captain in that league. Humphrey plays before Tim Kelly, so I'll switch that around. And then Caldwell, I can't use him as a loop, so he's got to go onto the bench for Trent Rivers. Can't use that as a loop, unfortunately. And I think that's all sorted. So that league's done. Tackle from Impey there. What about this league here? Should I go Jack Steele captain in this league, actually, over Dawson, which I haven't done all year, but with the form he's showing. Good. Papley's back. Put him on for Cooper Harvey, and then Johannesson on. Damn, I would have liked to have looped one of those other guys. Actually, bench McLean. Put Caleb Daniel back into the forward line, and then put on. Hang on, chuck him onto the bench. Sorry, guys, I forgot to do this beforehand. I just want to make sure that I've got this all sorted. Put Johannesson on for Archie Roberts and put Archie Roberts into the mids. Cool. Alrighty, we're sorted. That's all the draft leagues. No, hang on. I've got one more. Hold on. Oh, crap. I've left Nick Newman on in a league and didn't put the emergency on Sard. That's annoying, but oh well. Got Bergman covering in there anyway. Probably should put emergency on Pitto as well. That's unfortunate. So Smiley's on the field for Justin McInerney, who won't be able to loop. So cool. Sweet. Alrighty, that's all sorted. Cool, we're done. Let's get through this chat. Let's see what people are saying. Nine times was looking at either Hewitt and Lohman to steal and a rookie, or Chera, Rosie to steal and Taranto. Chera, Rosie to steal Taranto, or Hewitt, Lohman to steal. I think I did prefer the first one, Nathan. So I hope you went that option. But obviously the Carlton players are out. But yeah, I did prefer Hewitt and Lohman out. That's what I'm doing this week. I'm doing the steal and a rookie trade. Casey Johns, hey Bales, who do I go to steal? Rankin, Curtin, Mills, or Rosie? I think Rosie's got it. You're not trading Rosie over those other three, right? If I'm looking at those three, Curtin's in the best form, so you're probably keeping Curtin. So it comes down to Rankin or Mills. I think in terms of the like if you've got a forward in your mids, I think you've probably got to trade a forward, which I'd probably trade Rankin, I think. Which is weird me saying I'd trade Rankin over Curtin, but I'd probably trade Rankin out first. Okay, so that's where I'd go. But one of those forwards goes to Jack Steele, I reckon. Can you put the mods on Dylan Moore for me? Says Has. I reckon he kicks two, says Limits. It's either Meek to Gawn or Stewart to Dacos. Oh, Kalen, the only thing is Meek's locked out, right? So if you've traded Meek out already, then it's got to be Meek. But if you haven't traded Meek yet, then it's got to be Stewart to Dacos. I think that makes your decision for you, Caleb. There's a goal for Mitch Lewis. His first goal back on return. Brisbane Bloods, does Stewart have to go? Currently have Merritt to Sinclair and Foster Banch, banking 511k to get Doc and Kelly to Kennedy and a mid-premo next week. Stewart to go the week after. I would trade Stewart over Merritt. And then I'm assuming that's Tim Kelly. But if Merritt's got to stay, then he's got to stay. I'd prefer Merritt over all those guys. I think if you can still do Stewart to Sinclair, and then Foss down and bank cash, I'd be doing that one. That's what I'd be doing. And then Doc and Merritt can go next week. Maybe Tim Kelly stays for a week, or maybe you go Kelly and Doc and keep Merritt. But I'd be doing Stewart out. I wouldn't want to keep Stewart any longer. Have McCarthy to loop as well. Yeah, and loop McCarthy and Merritt next week. That's what I'd be doing. Ellison, I'm also getting in Mentha. Great minds think alike. Melbourne have a few late Sunday games and has great flexibility with defender forward. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I actually didn't have a huge look at the matchups if they do play a lot of late games, but I did imagine that Melbourne did. So I was going to do all that looking tonight and then tomorrow. Quick Bales, who do I trade? Chera to Quick says G. Oh, it was already locked out, unfortunately. Can we sync up Bales? Yep, so when the ball up occurs here. So you got 14, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. That should have got you all synced up there. Lee Everett, I did Horn France to Teakle and Meet to Grain, leave me with enough money for Miller next week. Tip. Oh yeah, I said it before from Lee. Lachlan Barrett, do I go Lohman to Teakle since he isn't playing in a bad state as Lohman is on field? If that's the case and you can't get Lohman up to a premium, a premium forward, then yes, I would tick. That would be a situation where I'd tick off Teakle. There you go. Tick off Teakle. And then you can have him at F6 for a few weeks and upgrade him in 2 weeks' time. Or 3 weeks' time once he's played his 2 games with Cherry out. I'd be doing that. So, yep, I tick that off, Lachlan. Tim Ashworth went Johnson to Moyer, Marshall to Grundy. Yep, good trades there, Tim. I like that. Tim Hall, hey, Bale, should I bring in Steele and any forward under $7.99k or Sinclair and Warner instead? Colin McDonald goal as well, so Hawthorn have started quite well here. Just refresh the scores. Impey, good start, good for draft. Dylan Moore, good start as well for anyone that's still got him in. Bloody hell. What's the saying? It's not like I had a bloody frog caught in the throat. I think I don't love any forward. I think it's Sinclair and Warner for me, Tim. I know Steele's a good option, but I think Sinclair's also a good option. So I would be getting Sinclair because the Warner's a good forward to get, right? So I'd be Sinclair and Warner there. Jaiden Branch, I've still got Martin and Horn Francis, so leaves me with a budget of 1.73, thinking Whitfield and a budget forward, or would you recommend grab like a Josh Dacos trying to loot that forward spot, then upgrade big next week? Who would you be looping, Jaiden, in that forward spot? That would be my question. Because Whitfield has got a potential tag this week. So I'd prefer to wait on Whitfield. But it just... And Josh Davis, I don't love the matchups after this week. But really depends who you're looping in that forward line. No, it's Nick. Meek is locked out, so can't get Nick Dacos now, sadly. Wait, can't you get Martin to... Oh, Meek is locked out. So so it was Nick Dacos. Oh, okay. I would have changed my answer. And I would have said go to Nick Dacos. Unfortunately, but I can trade Stewart to Dacos next week. Can afford it. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, and obviously traded Meek tonight. It's obviously a tricky matchup. Obviously we'll see how he scores. But yeah, if I knew it was Nick Dacos, I would have probably said I would have got Nick this week because he's got Richmond. Sorry about that there, Caleb. Who's your VC and C, mate, says Marco. Yeah, so obviously put the captain's video out early today. So if anyone hasn't checked the captain's video out this week, check it out. I've got Grundy VC into Nick Dacos at the moment. I do like a lot of options this week. Like I really like Baz. I really like Andrew Brayshaw. I think this will be a pretty high-scoring fantasy week if you've got some of these guys with great matchups. And I think that there's some guys that are going to pump out some good scores. So I'm going Grundy. He's got, 7 of his last 8 games have been over 120. Like I can't afford to give up the potential ceiling of Grundy, particularly when he's got a good matchup in Briggs. And then I've got Nick Douglas against Richmond, which is a great matchup as well. Yeah, I thought about Baz VC to try and really get a score there, or even a Brayshaw, but I think I'm going to stick with Grundy. But there's a lot of good options this week, Marco. So, yeah, I think there'll be some differentiating, with some people. There's Kerno with a kick. Not really to anyone in particular. Carlton haven't started this game particularly well, which I'm surprised at. I thought they would have started a lot better than this, but they've really given Hawthorn a good start to the game. There's Ashton Moyer. Gets away, gets a kick. I'm surprised he didn't handball to Doc there, to be fair, but kicks to George Hewitt. He's playing a bit forward at the moment, so I'm not sure if that's a bit of a change for the game tonight. Thoughts on Bont VC and Bailey Smith captain, says Shannon Barron. Yeah, I like that. And again, another Bont I forgot, like Essen as well. Great matchup. He's in my top 5. Him and English as well. I like both. Yeah, Bont into Baz is a good option. Baz against North, I think, responds well. And then Bont against Essen's good, so I like it. Baylotta says, howdy Bales, Bergman or McKercher to Dunkley? Struggling to see who scores more this week. Bergman out for me. Bergman definitely, Bailey. Bergman's playing with a shoulder injury. I think they said that it will require surgery post-season. So for me, that's enough to go, yep, I don't want any part of that. I'm definitely trading him. And McKercher, the only reason he scored Paul was a tag. So definitely Bergman to Dunkley. I like that trade. Matt, thanks, Bales. For end up trading Rouston, would you still go Dunkley, or is Sinclair an option? So Matt, what was your question before? If you can still do the Sinclair option and trade out, if you can trade Rouston out and get Dunkley, then do that. But if you can't get him and you need that cash for next week, then yeah, it would depend what you wanted. I guess, Matt, depends what you can use the cash for next week, right? If you need that cash for next week, then maybe you go Jack Sinclair. Josh Ward's got a bit of blood nose now. Again. Matt, hope that helps. Johnson or Rouston to Moyer and Marshall to Grundy? I'd probably do Rouston, Tim, because he's not playing, and Johnson's some cover for you. Has Dylan Moore on for a big one, looking good, says yeah, he's been good form. I wouldn't be shocked if he put up a good score. Caleb Fife, of course, Meek's going to have a good game. Ball Boys told me I had to trade Meek, but I wanted your opinion. It's hard not having Dacos. Yeah, sorry, mate. As I said, if I bloody known if it was Nick, I would have probably said that. So, yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, if I saw Nakos instead of Dacos, I would have known it was Nick. But that's all good, yeah. I'm sure that you obviously brought in... You brought in what... who'd you bring in? You brought in a ruck. Who was it? Gawn. Yeah, Gawn's still going to be good, right? So Gawn might still put up a good score. And Stewart still does have a good matchup. So if he can put you at an 80 or a 90, then you might end up still going okay. So, yeah, that's what I'd do, Caleb. Looks like Carlton free kick here. I thought that was going to Hawthorn there. Yeah, a lot of Hawthorn players are up dominating possessions at the moment, so I don't think Doc's got a touch yet, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that they get him the ball at some point. Oh, that's high tackle against Harry Mackay. Good to see Big H back out playing footy. Oh no, free kick to Curnow. And he gives a handball to Doc. Love to see it. I think this is Doc's first disposal. I believe that's Doc's first touch of the game, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully they give it to him a lot more. Was that his first touch? No, he got a handball earlier on, so I must have missed that handball there. But yep, so Doc had a couple of touches already, which is good. Hopefully he can start racking up a bit of the ball. Obviously, we'd love to see him kick a goal, right? Like I think if the game's going the way it is and they're smashing him, I wouldn't be shocked if Hawthorn gave Doc a goal at the end, just as that. But I guess we'll find out, right, if that's what happens. Daniel says, would you go Parker to Kennedy or trade McKercher? I think Daniel to Kennedy sounds good. It would just depend who would you be trading McKercher to. I'm still a fan of holding McKercher. I think that it was a lot to do with the tag last week was why he scored poorly, but really depends, Daniel, what you can do with your trade with that defensive one there. But I think it's Parker to Kenny, because Kenny's a top 2 forward, I think, on the run home. Probably I think he's top 2. Could be top 3, but I think he's top 2 on the way home. So I'd want to get him in. And Parker, Will Phillips is out, so that's a positive. There's one less mid that's going to get mid time. So I think Parker will still go okay. So Daniel, have you got any other forward you can trade to Kenny instead? Because I'd probably look at maybe trading one of those guys instead of Parker. Because I'm looking here at North Melbourne's team. So you've got LDU's named in the middle along with Parker and Sheasel. Powell obviously will get midfield time. I would imagine that Simp can get some CBAs. I wonder if Curtis starts getting CBAs. I know David King said that on First Crack, and I'm shocked they haven't given him some CBAs, to be fair, but he's not going to go in there for like 20, 25 CBAs. Dersma, Marley, Constanti, Hanson Jr. and Banch. So the main midfield 3 will definitely be Parker, LDU and Powell. And then you'll probably have Sheasel, Simpkin, and maybe Curtis as the other 3 guys with a handful of CBAs. But with Phillips out, that's a lot of CBAs freed up, which will be for Parker. Well, he'll just get pretty much what he got last week, maybe a little bit more. So I'm fine keeping Parker if need be. That's what I'll be doing. And I'm hoping... I need him to respond after a poor one last week. Matthew Schwier. I hope I've said that correctly. Matt, I apologise if I haven't. Carlton by 200-point mauling. They haven't started very well. Carlton just want to beat Hawthorn, try and knock them out of finals, be a close game. I hope it is a close game, but it's not looking great the way it started. But Carlton have steadied last couple of minutes, so we'll see if they can kick a couple of goals and sort of get back into it. Casey Johns, trade Rankin to Steele, puts Curtin into my forward line. Yeah, Casey, great trades. Yep, Rankin to Steele, great trade. And Curtin back in your forward line, that's good. And you could trade Curtin in a few weeks' time if you wish. I like that. Cheeseval says has. All good, mate. George Dickios, can we jump on the bus and Sarda's mid defender downgrades? I think the bus you probably can, 'cause he's so cheap, but I wouldn't be looking at Sardell Hall. He's like $330K. It's too expensive for mine. So I know there's no other mid rookies, but I think it's just too expensive. Case Johns, Mills, Flanders, or McCarthy's emergency. I'm worried Rosie could be a laid out, so I don't want to loop a non-playing Parnfield this way. If you're worried about that, then I'd just loop McCarthy. I wouldn't worry about looping Flanders or Mills. I would just play them on field, loop McCarthy, and sort of be a bit safer there, I think. Warner or Kennedy, says Max. I'd be going Kennedy, definitely. Kennedy, I'm a big fan of. If I had another trade this week, I'd be bringing him in this week. But unfortunately, I do not. There's another tackle for Dylan Moore, I think. I believe Curnow will trade, says Matthew. Yeah, it'll be interesting off-season one to watch if he'll leave or not. But there's been talk that Harry Mackay's going to leave, right? So I don't think Carlton will want to trade both of them away. So it will be very interesting to see. Brisbane Bloods, I'm 8th in my league and need to make sure I'm best balanced going to finals. Also have Rosie. Is it Tim Kelly F6? Trading Stewart would leave 400k, so maybe Doc to Windy and Kelly to Kennedy. I wouldn't be doing Windy. I wouldn't be doing that. But Kelly to Kennedy's a good trade if you can do that. But I'd be trading Stewart out. I think Stewart, you're losing points on those top defenders. I know he was good before his injury, but if Stewart gets injured in a final for you, it's not going to be good, right? So I would just hold Tim Kelly. If Tim Kelly's your F6, he's getting 60s and 70s at worst case. doesn't really matter. I don't think it's going to hurt you much. You might lose 10, 15 points. Whereas if Stewart gets injured, that could cost you 80, 90, 100 points. So that's what I'd be doing. But obviously, you probably don't want Tim Kelly in either. So, yeah. Pause Eden missed Fantastic Four. Thoughts on the Stephen May situation? Did he? Oh, what? He didn't miss... so he didn't watch Fantastic Four. I went and watched that last night. Really good movie. Highly recommend... If any Marvel fans or really just anyone that likes watching a movie at the cinema, I'd recommend Fantastic Four. It's a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I was not skeptical because I thought it'd be good anyway, and hearing all the reviews and stuff, but the Fantastic Four, there's Ashton Moyer marks it. Yep, good. Wouldn't mind a good score from Moyer, and it's a good kick. Moyer's gonna be a good player for Carlton. I like what he's doing. But yeah, I was a bit worried about Fantastic Four because my Fantastic Four that I really enjoyed was the one with Ian Grufford, I think that's his name, that British guy, Jessica Alba, Chris Evans, and Michael Chiklis. That was the Fantastic Four that I enjoyed. I know that didn't get great scores on Rotten Tomatoes, but I don't really care about any of that. If I enjoy a movie, that's what I care about. And I really enjoyed those as a kid, so I was wondering, is this going to be good? But it was really good. Really enjoyed it. And goal for Corey Durden. First goal to Carlton, so they're on the board. What are we looking at here? So... Looks like Dylan Moore didn't get paid that other tackle beforehand. No, he didn't. So, okay, interesting. But yeah, so Hewitt's made an all right start there. Nothing too huge fantasy relevant in terms of the players tonight. So, I haven't said it yet as well, but if you guys are tuning in and haven't smashed like on the video yet, please do. Obviously, we're trying to get to 100 as always, but I wouldn't be shocked as the sooner it comes that we're not going to hit 100 just with, I guess, there's not as many people tuning in. But, yeah, make sure you please... smash a like, even though contract says Matthew. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Kerno. Elizano, going May to T-Quad F7, it actually saves me 8K. Do you tick that off? I do, but I guess it just depends what else you could do with that trade. Like, does going Archer May down to a cheaper rookie like a McMahon, will that help you with an upgrade in future weeks? Because I just don't think Teakle's an F7 that's going to be like a high upside play that you'd massively want, but I guess it's just dependent on what else you can do, right? So there's Harry Mackay, good pickup. Could this be a couple in a row for Carlton? No, Scrimshaw just got there. Swans need Kerno, says Matthew. Oh, he'd be an amazing signing for Sydney. That would be a game changer for Sydney. They don't have that big forward since Buddy left that commands that forward line. So, yep, I think that'd be a great signing for Sydney. Dot got to touch his DJ. Yep, I'm just obviously catching up to the chat. Chera still hasn't touched the ball, says Nathan Thomas. Weary, Bont, English, Sarong, or Baz VC into Dacos captain. Who do I VC? So I got Bont at 4, English at 5. Sarong's not in the top 10, but he's number 11 if I was doing 11th spot. And Baz I've got at 3. So in that case, I'm saying it's Baz VC. Because I think Baz is the perfect VC, right? He's got North, he's got a ceiling. He could go huge and go to Dacos, but obviously alternatively, if you didn't want to do Nick, maybe you go Bont VC into Baz if you want. But based on my order, it's Baz into Dacos, but I do like Bont in English as well, so it's a tough one. I hope that does help there, Weary. Bont VC, Brayshaw captain, haven't changed it all week. I have a good feeling one of them is going huge. I like it, yep, I like it. Both in my top 6. I think both will go well. Geez, I still haven't caught it. I've still got to trying to catch up. So there's Dylan Moore with a mark there. Get him on the interview right now. Lol, so much for the blood rule, says Marco. Callum Fife, my second trade is at Stewart to Flanders, Rosie to any mid who's 1.04 million, or McKirch to Dale, or just bank 230k. I'd just bank 230k, to be honest. I wouldn't do Stewart to Flanders. I just think it's a little bit of a waste. I'd want to go Stewart up, so I'd bank 230k. Bales, do I go Warner and leave 120k for next week? I'd go Kennedy 90k. Definitely go Kennedy. I'd go Kennedy for sure. Surprised Dylan Moore hasn't been playing forward lately. Same as Hardwick, says Matthew. Callum Five, it's not your fault. I should have been more specific. That's my bad. All good, mate. All good. Yeah. If I started the stream a little bit earlier, like obviously, apologise to anyone that missed a question because of that. I unfortunately had to get to Patreon team reviews, get all that done, set up the stream, get my teams and everything sorted. So yeah, that it's just you all sort of got crammed in and time got away from me. So apologies for that. Carlton taking on the tackler in defence instead of handball in a free play. They even review matches, says DJ. Are you doing the Patriot Cup ranking, says Tim? Next week I'll be doing that, Tim. Post round 20. With a month to go, it makes sense to do it with 4 weeks to go. Matthew, good to see India Pacers win the NBA Championship. Surprised the Knicks or Celtics didn't win. Golden State cooked it. I believe OKC won. Didn't OKC win? I thought OKC won. If I'm not mistaken, I'm very certain that OKC won. Or am I completely tripping out? I'm sure it was OKC that won the championship. Hawks hand a goal from 15 minutes out if he kicks it out, and he kicks out in the Forces has. I wouldn't want that, to be honest, but I know now it's showing the Summer League. Yeah, no, OKC won. I was going to say, yeah, Mash, you nearly got me there. I was going to say, well, you got me because I looked, but holding with Darcy Wilson out, Mason Wood racks up on the wings, as BAILSDT. Yeah, I probably would as well. I would as well. I like that one. Just came with that one on the spot. Yes, I would hold Mason Wood. Him at F6 is not a big deal. Like, you lost 3 points on Jack McRae last week. Like, I know 58's not great, right? But it's also not the end of the world either. So he's fine staying there. Has Bales Rouston and Chera to Steele and Kennedy, or should I prioritise Nasir and Whitfield? Free kick to Chera, apparently. That was not in the back, but fair enough. God love how the umpires just reward just weird free kicks. But anyway, Rouston, Chera to Steele and Kennedy. Wait, if you can go Rouston and Chera to Steele and Kennedy, it's definitely that trade. Like, you've obviously should prioritise Nasir and Whitfield. Whitfield, you can wait a week. Nasir, I'd want... That's funny, though, right? Because I'd want Nasir in a couple of weeks. I want Nasir no later than next week. But also want Whitfield next week. So, if you got Nasir this week instead of Jack Steele, but then you want Kennedy as well. It's funny because you want all these players, right? Like, you do want them. I think I'm still sticky... Oh, geez. Mackay, I don't think caught the knock. I think that is there any way that you can go Kennedy and Nasir? That would be what I'd do. If you can't, I think I'd go Whitfield this week. I know he might get tagged, but go Whitfield and Kennedy, and then get Nasir next week because you should have the cash to do that. That's what I'd do. Wells, will you be doing fantasy for Premier League football? Says Max. Probably not. I have thought about doing it, and I did start doing it, I think, maybe started last year or the year before that or something. I feel like I don't quite know enough. I'd have to continue doing research. I'm not sure exactly how much it would... Because I'd want it to kick off like we're getting a lot of views early. If it was only going to get a couple hundred views, probably not quite worth it at this point. If enough people wanted me to do it, I would consider it, but... Yeah, interesting. But no, if people wanted me to do it, then I might be able to look at doing it. Leah, do you reckon Sicily will be a popular pick next year with how cheap he'll be? Yeah, potentially, Lee. Yep, potentially. Has smashed the likes, everyone. Yes, no, please do. If you haven't smashed a like on the stream already, please do. Don't even know how many we got, actually. I didn't have the stream open up. Kerno down to the rooms as well. Hopefully he's okay. We did pass 4,100 subscribers as well, so appreciate everyone that's helped us reach that. What do we got? We got 21 likes already, so appreciate everyone that's smashed like on the video. Yeah, if you haven't already, it only takes you a couple of seconds to do, actually. All you got to do is just go to where the stream is. There's like a like button. Just literally tap it. That's it. That's all you got to do, and it helps us out a heap. And obviously, we have a goal of 100 likes every stream if you are new to the stream. And we've got 100 likes in every stream that we've done for a watch long since round 2. So it's been a long time. We've been doing it, and we really started doing it around 2. So since we started doing it, we've got 100 likes on every stream. So if you haven't done it, please do. We're already up to 24 as well, by the way. If you'd also like to leave a super chat, maybe if you want it as like a little token of appreciation, I was trying to get that word out, for all the watch-alongs, all the content for the year, then feel free. It does help out with the algorithm as well with super chat and stuff. But you do not have to do that. It would be very much appreciated, though, if you did do it. Chera's terrible footballer, says Louis Leary. He's fallen off the last 6 weeks. Hasn't been as good. Warner Petrarca, says Tim. I think I'm backing in Warner. I know Petrarca's got better matchups the next couple of weeks, but I don't know. There's just something about Petrarca at the moment, just not really getting it done. He's either going 105 or 70. Literally, the last 4 weeks, he's gone 105.70, 105.70. Like literally no joke. Check it. It's quite funny. Daniel, do you think Chad Warner's a top 6 forward for the year? He's my F6. Thoughts on Warner to Kennedy? I wouldn't trade Warner. So who are your forwards, Daniel? Who you got in your forward line? Who are your 6 forwards? Brisbane Bloods, it would mean Stewart to Sinclair and Foster Banch this week, and then trade Doc. So it would mean Stewart, Sinclair, and Foster Banch this week, and then Doc and Merritt next 2 weeks to Primos. Yeah, I like that, Brisbane Bloods. I like that plan. I'm seeing Fantastic Four Saturday. I watched Thunderbolts and thought it was good. Says Cam 5. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good as well, but I thought Fantastic Four was better. I thought it was really good. Really enjoyed it. Quarter time as well. We'll quickly go through the scores, then I'll get to the rest of the chat. Hopefully I can catch up. Ward and Impey top scoring on 32 apiece. Gunston 29, Sisley 27. So good start for the Sick Dog. Haynes, Ginnivan, and Massimo D'Ambrosio also on 27. Meek 26, so solid start for him. McDonald 24, Warple 23, Newcomb 22, Cowan 22 as well. Hewitt's on 21, Amon's on 20, Dylan Moore's on 19, Day's on 19, Sard 15, Pitto 15, Chera's on 13, so not a great start for Chera. Low game time as well. De Koning's on 12, Asher Moy's on 11, so not quite what I'm after as a forward, but he's on my bench at least. Cripps on 9. Disappointing start for Cripper. Doc, just the 5 points, only the kick and the handball, which is disappointing. I thought they'd try and get the ball to him more in this game, but there you go. They're the scores, so let's keep going through this chat and try and catch up and get all of it answered. I feel like Chera's been good this year. I don't know, from what I've watched and being an owner of him, pretty happy. Oh, he's been a great pick this year, but the last month or so he hasn't been as good. He's been pretty disappointing. Matthew says, Waterpill keeps saying Cyril Rioli's coming back to play AFL. Would be great to see him make a comeback. But they're saying he's come back to footy because he's playing in the Legends game. I'm not sure when the Legends game is, but he's playing Legends game. So it's the first time we're going to be seeing him on a footy field since he retired. In August. There you go, Limits. Thank you for that. Matt Man, hey Bales, who you got tonight? How you going, Matt? Hope you're going well. I've only got Moyer on the bench, so because I traded Doc, which I don't love trading Doc in his last game, but yeah, traded Doc this week. So I've got no one in the game. I've got more on the bench. If you pumped out a 90 or something like that, I'd take it and bench a forward. But at the moment, that's what we got. Elizano, having to trade out Liddy and May this week, can only get around 800k if I trade one up, one down. So I'd rather go one down to Mentha and the other to Teakle on the forward line bench to make cash. Is there anyone you feel though? I just don't know. I don't know if I'd trade a forward on your bench to Teakle and just do another downgrade. I feel like there's someone on your field you could do a small upgrade to. Even if it's like just a small 5k, 10k upgrade on field, a better player. I think there's someone I'd rather do that with Elizano. But if you want to do it, then go ahead. I'm not going to talk you out of it, but I'm just saying I'd probably trade someone else out personally. It allows me to upgrade McCarthy next week to Sinclair with the cash of going Liddy down. Yeah, it just depends who. I'd probably run and trade someone else out, but yeah, it was okay. C says Ashton. Cheese Bell says Has. Thank you, mate. Grundy or Smith, vice captain, says Tim. Geez, I've got Grundy at 2, Baz at 3. So Tim, that's one you got to back in yourself. My ranking says Grundy at 2, and I've got Baz at 3. But really, whichever one you want to go with, Tim, that would be what I'd go with. I like both. So the safer one's probably Grundy, but I like both. Kobe Parker to Kennedy at M6 and May to Teakle, says Kobe. Don't mind those, but who's your other forward that you could trade out maybe instead of Parker potentially, or someone who you can trade out instead? That would be my question. TJ, hey Bales, had Lohman as my F6 and he's obviously out, so do I just stick with my original trades, which are Berman to Sinclair and then Martin to Sarong, or do I go Martin to Teakle and then Liddy to Steele? I can't go Martin to Warner and Berman to Sarong or Dunkley because I can't put McCarthy in my midfield, so I have a donut. But if I do my original trades, I'll be forced to play Martin as my F6. Well, yeah, you're not doing that, unfortunately. So you can't do that. So, yeah, I think you've got to go Martin to Sarong. I think you've got to go Martin to Teakle and Liddy to Steele, I think, just for the week. That's a play where I don't mind Teakle at F6. Just do that for the week, I reckon, TJ. Do that, and then you can look at upgrading Bergman next week. I think you've probably got to, right? Because if you can't do that and you can't put McCarthy in your midfield, so you've got to have a donut score. Yeah, so I think you've got to go that Martin to Teakle and Liddy to Steele option, I reckon. Do you think Grundy Do you think get Grundy this week and still next week, says Tim. Yep, yeah, Richie, either way, Tim, I think both are good gets. So, again, that's another one to make your decision to make, but I do like Grundy. And I think you said you're going Marshall to Grundy, so I like the aggressive play of that because, Tim, I know you're up there. Get aggressive, trade Marshall, who's got a tougher matchup. There is a chance, though, Max Heath is named on the extended bench. So I just wonder if St Kilda decide that they want Marshall up against Gawn, they don't want Max Heath for the week. So I wonder if they do drop Max Heath this week. That would be something to watch out for. But I'd probably get aggressive and get Grundy because you're going to need Grundy, Tim, to and around the people that you're up against. Hey, Bales, I'm in real trouble. I have Fantasia and Loman. What two can I bring in? Papley and Teagle have nothing on the bench to cover. Yeah, geez. Tricky situation to be in. So I think Teagle makes a lot of sense in your position there, Sean. How much have you got for that second forward, Sean? That would be my question. So Papley's priced at $588. Is there someone else around the price you could get? Yeah, Sean, let me know who else you can get. Like, that's probably, if you need to go two speculative guys, you could go there. But part of me almost goes, well, could you just go a cheaper guy from Teagle, like a McMahon, even though he's not going to go great, but get a better primo forward? I just don't love bringing in Papley and Teagle. That's the only thing. Have you got any cover as well, Sean? Like any rookie cover? Because maybe you just hold one of those forwards for a week and just go one down. I'm not sure. 37.8, what a Mafia League says, BORJ. Fair enough. Yeah, not a great start, but Marco, based on numbers, tried going 105 this week. Yep. And no money, says Sean. Which game do you think you'll be doing watch on for tomorrow night? Bale says has. At this stage, I'm not doing one because it's our monthly catch-up, so I'm catching up with Jordy, I think, at this stage. But if I do one, a watch on, it'll definitely be Sydney GWS. But at this stage, I'm not doing a watch on tomorrow night. Funny enough, this will be my only potential watch on for the week because I'll be at the Showdown Saturday night, and at this stage, I'm out tomorrow night. So, yeah, this stage is the only watch on for the week. But I guess we will see how that goes, which would be the first time in a long time we haven't had 3 watch ongs in a weekend. So, yeah, not sure. But if it is one, we'll be doing the Battle of the Bridge tomorrow night. My current forwards are Smith, Myers, McRae, Petrarca, Warner, Parker. Yeah, right. You could go Parker to Kennedy. Well, Parker's the one you trade, right? You're not trading any of those other guys. The other guys are all top 6, I believe. I guess my question would be, is Parker to Kennedy the trade you do, or is that another... or is there another another player in your team you want to trade instead? Because Kennedy's a great option, right? But you've got a pretty solid forward line at the moment. So you don't have to do it just yet. Bont into Cameron, Nasiah, or Butters for draft. Well, Bont's got to be VC in draft, Ashton, for sure. So I'm assuming that's Darcy Cameron, Nasiah, or Butters. I'm actually Darcy Cameron out of those guys, you know. I just think Nasiah gets attention. Butters has got the Crows, could go well, but I wouldn't be shocked if they played a Chase Jones, who did a bit of a job on Anderson last week when he came on, or a Peatling on Butters, like they did in the showdown earlier in the year. So I'd go Cameron, because Cameron's still a pretty safe option as a captain. And in draft, you're really wanting a safe captain option that's with no tags. But Nasiah's also a good option. It'd be Cameron, then Nasiah, then Butters. That'd be what I'd do. Here's Dylan Moore. Got the handball away to Watson in the goal square. And that's another goal for Hawthorn. Trampled underfoot says, hey, Bales, is it worth going Marshall to Gawn or holding Marshall for North minus Cherry matchup next week? Depends what else you're going to be doing, Trampled, for your trades this week. If you can do another trade that's better. I don't mind the Marshall to Gawn play as an aggressive play, but what would be the other trade you'd be making instead of that? That would be my question. Redlining Flanders to Whitfield, Liddy to McMahon. Yeah, ticks for me. Yep. Actually, I prefer Flanders to Whitfield next week, personally, because Whitfield will get a tag. But if you've got other plans next week, redlining, I tick them off, because you're getting an upgrade, right? You're getting Whitfield in, and you don't have to worry about bringing him in, right? And if you're getting Nasiah next week, if you don't have him and you're wanting Nasiah and Whitfield next 2 weeks, then yeah, go Whitfield this week, then Nasiah. That would be what I'd look at doing. But yeah, it depends. Wagner out, make Harley more viable, says Limits. Is Wagner out? I actually didn't see that Wagner was out, but I think Harley Reid is an option. His Doc with a kick. I don't think he's an amazing option. Well, sorry, no. Amazing option at this time of the year because obviously he would have been a great option 6-7 weeks ago, right? During the buys. But you can definitely do it. He's looked really good the last 3 weeks, and 4 of his last 5 have been really good as well. So you could do it. You could do it. Will, hey, Bales says, how you going, Will? Hope you're going well. Where are you sitting, Bales, says Max. I'm assuming you're talking about the showdown. I'm sitting on the wing, the sort of the side of the old scoreboard and the closer to the old scoreboard. So in between the 50 and the middle. It's like section 138 or something like that, I reckon. So, yeah, looking forward to it. It'll be wet, which I'm not really loving. I hate going to footy when it's raining. Like, I'd much rather just sit at home and watch it. But I think because it's a showdown, I'll probably still go. And it's a home Crow showdown. So I'm hoping that the rain holds up. There's Moya with a kick. Oh, here's Doc. Doc! Oh, must come on. You got to read the room, man. Doc's got a blood nose as well. What's Warple getting into Doc for? Like, piss off, man. It's his last game. Let him go. You can piss off, man. Like, this is the reason a lot of people don't like some of these Hawthorn players because they're just pests. Like, what? Why? Here's Doc. Not from the boundary. Oh, jeez, could you imagine? Like, why are you pushing Doc in his last game? Like, let it go. Absolute peanuts. With McMahon, I have 811k to use. Manor, says Sean. So it's Manor and McMahon. I think moving forward, Sean, that'll be better for your team because you get Manor, who's a better option than... Oh, but yeah, like you can't get Teakle, can you? I just don't think McMahon's going to score very much. But I don't love... Actually, I was going to say, could you go Teakle and a rookie? But I wouldn't want to do that either. That's holding. Should be a Doc free kick. I don't know how that's not a Doc free kick. I think it's Manor and McMahon's probably the play because Manor's going to score better, I think, than those other guys. So I think it's Manor and McMahon, Sean. But obviously, then you've got a red guy like that on field. So actually, no. Go Papley and Teakle. I don't love it, but go Papley and Teakle because both of them could put up solid scores. Whereas I don't love McMahon on field. I know Manor could go well, but yeah, it's a tricky one. Tricky one, Sean. Toe Welford, do Victorians seriously love watching this crap on prime time every weekend? 3 more Essendon Friday night games coming up. Bad for the game. Yep. It's just the stupid fixture people that did not know what. Like, I'm sorry, and people are going to say I'm biased. I don't care because I don't think it's biased whatsoever. Right? How is the showdown like? And actually, no, it's not biased because heaps of Victorians I've talked to or hear on talk show and stuff have said the showdown should be a standalone fixture. Also, Sydney and GWS should be a standalone fixture tomorrow night. It should not be clashing with another game. It should be, there's a tackle for Hewitt, I think, holding the ball as well. Yep. Like, it should be a Port Crows standalone game on a Thursday or Friday night, and then do the same potentially with GWS and Sydney. Maybe do a Saturday night game for that one there. But Port Crows should be standalone. There are other... Like, how is Gold Coast and Brisbane on Saturday, the first game? That's appalling as well with both teams going well. So that game should be in a different time slot. They've even got they got West Coast and Freo at 3:45 on the Saturday, which is a bit of a weird time to have it actually. They normally have that game on the Sunday, but I don't mind that being there. But yeah, Doc will go next week back or mid, says Red Lighting. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll tick him off Red Lighting. You can do that this week and then... But then I'd prefer Doc to Whitfield next week, right? If you can do Doc to Whitfield next week, who would you get instead of Whitfield this week? Red Lighting. Because I think Whitfield gets attention. So you might as well just go Doc to Whitfield next week. So maybe get a midfielder in this week instead. That's what I'd probably do. Trampled underfoot. If not Marshall to Gaunt, then McKercher to Whitfield, but might be better to wait on that one for next week. I agree. So is there any other player you're trading trampled underfoot? Because if not, Marshall to Gorn probably makes more sense. Your trades this week. Bont, Steele, Dunkley can't decide your trades this week, says Jack. Well, I think my decision will make it for you. So I'm bringing in Steele this week. I just love the run coming up. So I'm Jack Steele out of those guys. With Bont, I wonder if against the Bombers they just rest him forward a bit more tomorrow night, or rest him on the bench a bit more. Just with if they were up by a lot, do they rest him a bit more? That's my only worry. So yeah, this lead is really blown out now. 40-point lead to Hawthorn. I thought it was going to be about a 20-point game, not a 40-point game, but that is what it is. But my trades this week, Jack, so I'm going, I went Rouston down to Mentha, who's a rookie defender forward from Melbourne, red dot, because I've just got a few green dots on my bench. I need a red dot to be able to loot. Then went Doherty out tonight. I don't love trying Doc in his final game, but went Doc to Jack Steele. So let's get Doc a goal, says Elizeno. Jack, yeah, we'll think so. Just Bont could go massive, but highly owned. Doc was a player at the end of the day, Bales, says Will. Max, I might go the showdown and go up near the cams on the other side, says Max. Fair enough. It would be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that rain does stay away. There's another mark to Sicily. That should be 50 against Harry Mackay. Yep, it is. Yeah, I was going to say. Kobe, Rankin, Parker, or Caleb Daniel to Matt Kennedy. My lowest pay in 22 is 876k, except these. I think it's Rankin. I think Rankin's the one that's got hasn't got as good a role anymore. Caleb Daniel's still got a half-back role, and Parker, particularly with Phillips out, is going to see a fair amount of mid-time this week. So I think you keep Parker and Daniel and you go Rankin out. But Daniel would be the other one. It's Rankin or Daniel, and I think it's Rankin, but it could be Daniel as well if you just want to trade him. PS brought 3 super chats but not showing, says Kobe. Did you? I don't see any super chats come out, Kobe, unfortunately. I appreciate if you have, but they always come up on the live chat. And if I go to like the super chat area, I don't think there's any. Maybe it didn't work. Yeah, there's none here, unfortunately, Kobe. I appreciate that, and if it didn't work, then yeah, it is very much appreciated. But appreciate it if they have come through. I'm not seeing anything here, unfortunately. Now the chat's going a bit weird again, so not loading. Let's go docs again. Let's get it back up. Up to 34 likes as well. So appreciate everyone that smashed a like on it yet. If you haven't already, please smash a like on the video so we can get to 100 likes yet again. So if you are watching and just want to check on the stream, there's like a thumbs up button there. And if you haven't clicked it, if it's not showing up as like fully white, then you haven't done it yet. And if you can smash a like, that'd be very, very much appreciated. Just waiting for this YouTube chat to load back up on my screen again. Showdown Friday night game locks as well. I'd agree. It should be. Hawthorn have become dislikable, says Troy. Agreed with that as well. Like, hey, why are you pushing Doc in his last game? Seriously. I wish I could meet your mate, says Max. Oh, mate, maybe at one point, maybe gather around or something when there's all the meetups and stuff. Bales, did you get to my team reviews as well? Yeah, I did all the team reviews before I went live here, so you should have got that. Hopefully, it wasn't anything to do with tonight. There's another mark to Sicily. Sicily's looking a lot better tonight. Why is he be so good all of a sudden, says Jack. Yeah, he's putting up some good scores. Yeah, I'm happy because I'm in draft. Kobe, have McCarthy, Johnson, Teakle on my bench in each position. What was that question for, Kobe? I'm not sure. Same Max, I wish. Cannon 5, who have VC and C? Dunkley, Gawn, Holmes, Bont, or Nasai? I think Bont would be my VC. I got Dunkley at 7, Gawn at 8, Holmes at 10, and Nasai is not in my top 10. I actually like Gawn as captain this week. I know I've got Dunkley slightly higher, but I'd go Gawn as a captain against St Kilda. I would go Bont into Gawn, Caleb. Wado, g'day Bales. Who do I trade out first out of Rouston, Liddy, and Johnson going to Steele? Well, how you going, Wado? I hope you're going well. I would go Rouston out because he's slightly more expensive than Liddy, and Johnson's playing, so I'd probably keep him unless you're trading him out next week and the cash he's going to lose is going to cost you a lot. But I think when you've got Liddy, Rouston, and that, it will be fine. There's another kick for Moya. I'd be happy to trade Rouston. And then Steele, yep, great trade. Like that trade. Can I send you a screenshot to Patreon? Yeah, Kobe, feel free. But no, Kobe, thank you very much for the super chat. Just one did just come through there. So it did just work then. So, but no, very much appreciate the super chat, Kobe. Appreciate the super chat, mate. But yeah, feel free to send me a screenshot on Patreon. I can take a look and see if it will happen. Are you putting more characters? That 50 says. Yeah, it's actually a good point, Kobe. If you're putting more than the 50 characters, like in the message, maybe that means it doesn't come through. Caleb, so you'd have Bont over Dunkley as VC? Yes, I would. Against Essendon, I would. But if you want to go Dunkley VC, I couldn't talk you out of it because Dunkley's still a good option this week. So I would just go Bont VC against the Bombers in the Gorn, personally. Yeah, the $2.99 chat kept saying this has already been bought, restoring purchases. Interesting. I've never seen that before. I honestly don't know. I appreciate you sending it through anyway. If it has come through, it will probably show up at some point. But I appreciate it, Kobe, regardless. So I'm very much appreciative of the extra little bit of support there. Up to 39 likes as well. So if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. Keep smashing that like button. Do I get Whitfield or Matt Kennedy? Who will do better next round? They verse each other next round, says Dylan. I would get Matt Kennedy this week. He's got the better matchup, and he won't get tagged, whereas Whitfield will get tagged. So get Kennedy this week, then Whitfield next week, because Whitfield against the Dogs next week is a great option. Can someone else try a $2.99 super chat for me to see? Well, yeah, if someone wants to try it, feel free. Someone wants to send through a $3 super chat to test it out, but feel free. Let's have a look. Let's do a bit of a refresh of the scores. It's been a couple minutes since we did that. Impy's up to 50. Jeez, he just keeps getting it done. Doc could get a disposal here. Yep. Doc with a kick. It's a good kick to Will White as well. Let's have a look at some of these other... Give it to Doc. Give the handball to Doc. Why not? No, not doing it. Let's have a look at what are some other scores that might not be on the page yet. So you got Meek is on 28. Chera's up to 28 as well. So he's got a few points this quarter, but it's obviously still not great. Moore's on 26. Bit quiet so far. Newcomb 22 still. Ashton Moy's up to 19. Obviously it's not a huge score, but never expect him to go massive against Hawthorn. Doherty's up to 15. Obviously not an amazing score, but it is a tough matchup against Hawthorn, this one. Intercept mark from Sard. Did put a $2 multi on. I wonder how that's going. I haven't even looked yet. There you go, Papa D. Thank you, mate, for a $2.99 super chat. Very much appreciated. So that one did work. So I'm not sure, Kobe, what the issue is there, to be honest. What's Carlton doing, says Dylan. Yeah, they're not playing very well at the moment. There's Dylan Wall, the +6. How many kept Doc, you reckon? Oh, I think a few would have. I know Jordy did. Jordy traded Chera out over Doherty, but he was looping Doherty on the bench. So, yeah. A few people would have with his last game. Well, it's a great mark from Will Day. Very good mark. Yeah, a few people would have. There's Chera with a handball. No, missed Chera there. That's not a tackle for Chera because the handball went to a teammate. Fair enough. Watching Hawthorn though with the game here, I'm a bit worried for the Crows next week because Will Day back in just changes a lot for Hawthorn. Mitch Lewis up and running as well is big for Hawthorn. Hawthorn could be a team that they might peak at the right time, and they could be like they've got their full team now pretty much. I don't know if there's anyone they're missing, but having Mitch Lewis fully fit, Will Day back in the team fully fit, could be big. There's a free kick for Conor McDonald. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes next week. The thing I don't get though, thinking about it, is that Hawthorn play Thursday night and the Crows play Saturday night. So they get 2 full days less because they both play Friday night next week. It's a bit interesting that that's a big discrepancy in 48 hours between both teams. Normally they are only about a day apart or the same day. So that's interesting. That's actually probably why I don't really get why the showdown's not a standalone game tomorrow night, to be fair. I don't know why it's not a showdown tomorrow night. Then you have but then again, I don't know how the other teams work and stuff like that. But no raging tonight feels good, says Marco. It does. Having no one in the game tonight feels nice. So, yeah, Marco, it is nice to have a relaxing watch along. I'm probably not as engaged into the game as much tonight. I want Doc to do well in his last game, but really besides that, there's not a huge amount else. So I'm like, yeah, I don't really want Chera going and getting a massive score just because a few people still own him. He's cut for a +6 here as well, so he's starting to get a little bit busier, which is that's the thing I don't like about Chera, is that Chera will go quite quiet for ages, and then he'll just put up 20, 30 points out of nowhere. It's like, well, why can't you do that more consistently and just be consistent across the 4 quarters? But yeah, it is what it is. My headphones have gone flat again, so I keep forgetting to charge them every time before I do a watch along. So good mark from Cowshadir there. I'm just going to charge my headphones while we're on for the watch along. What? Why is that not connected yet? Hang on. Give me a sec. And behind for Cowshadir. I think Doc got the kick in? I hope they're giving yeah, Doc's getting the kick in. Good. He really should be taking all the kick-ins tonight in his last game. So good to see. Very relaxed, says Max. Yeah, no, it is relaxing tonight, which is nice. Hawks can't win over in Adelaide. No chance. Crows too good this year, says Marco. Don't get me wrong. I'm very, very happy with how the Crows are going. I'm starting to get a little bit excited, because they should be playing finals from here. Which all I want for them is to play finals. That's all I want. Because they haven't played finals for 7 years. Here's Impy just racking up again. I just want them to make finals, which at this stage they will. Here's Impy. Jeez, Impy's racking up at the moment. Yeah, but Hawthorn are a very good team. They do play well in Adelaide as well. The Crows have only lost one game at home this year, which was to Geelong in Gather Round, but we were in front for a lot of that game. We just had a really bad last quarter. I think a lot of that had to do with having a game during the day up in Gold Coast when it was really hot, and then also coming off of that late goal or non-free kick, I should say. Sorry, non-free kick, I should say, that wasn't paid. When's the AFLW team reveal coming out? Bale, says Dylan Jones. Probably next week. I was thinking about doing it this week, but I think we'll start the AFLW content next week. So me and Tom, who obviously Tom Hales is jumping on with us for the AFLW fantasy season, which should be good fun. We'll probably be recording our first episode next week. So I might look at doing my AFLW fantasy team review on Monday, the Monday coming up next week. So that'll be good. I'm looking forward to releasing that and getting the AFLW content started because, I'm hoping to have a lot better season in that than the men's fantasy this year because it hasn't been as good. SA and WA Derby are hardly ever standalone games, says Stu. Yeah, I just think, though, that they all say that the Crows and Port games is the best rivalry in all of footy. That's what some people said. I'm not saying it is. I think it is because I'm an SA person, obviously, but a lot of people might say Carlton, Collingwood or something like that. But it's one of the top couple, right? I'm not sure Freo and West Coast is there, just with the way that West Coast are playing at the moment, with obviously rebuilding, and then obviously Freo are going well at the moment. But there hasn't been a time where both Freo, like a consistent period of time where both Freo and West Coast are both near the top. There have been years where both have finished top 8 and both have been in and around the mark, but it hasn't been a prolonged period of 3, 4, 5 years where both teams are doing really, really well near the top, whereas there have been times where Port and Crows are up there. I still love the Western Derbies. I love watching them. I think they're always great games. Always enjoy watching them. So, Crows almost beat them in Tassie, says Marco. Yeah, but that was without Will Day. That was without Mitch Lewis and Cowshadir. And Hawthorn played pretty poor that game. So, but no, yes, in saying that, yep, at home, you'd back in the Crows to still win. But I guess I'm probably just because there's been no finals for so long, I'm probably just trying to keep a lid on it, if that makes sense. I don't want to be going, we'll win every game, we're going to make grand final, everything like that. as much as I want to. I just think it'd be silly to be doing that at this point when there's still so much the season to go. Crows have still got to play. They haven't played much finals footy, the Crows team, yet. So, Will sent me top 5 Bales crash outs in the Richmond versus Bombers. Baylor says, thoughts on a cheeky Patreon footy tipping league next year? That is a very, very good idea, Bailey. That's a very good idea. That could be something else I add into the Patreon next year. Is there's a Patreon tipping comp, may put up a little bit of money, a tiny bit of money for that. So put up some money for the Patreon cash league, but then maybe take a bit of the money out of that and put it into a tipping comp. Yeah, I like that, Bailey. It's a good option, a good idea, mate. I'm going to put up a post in the Patreon actually, probably near the end of the season, if not after, just asking for any ideas that people want for content or ideas of things that they want in the Patreon, because I want to obviously offer a little bit more in the Patreon. We obviously put so much on YouTube, but I want to offer more on the Patreon, so it gives people like an incentive to go, yeah, I want to jump on the Patreon, because I get a little bit more than just like a Q&A pod or whatever. So even though there is more than that, but yes. Impies everywhere says Elizeno. Baylor says, starting Marinoff in your team, Bales, or going against? I haven't decided what I want to do yet. Yeah, it's a very interesting conversation, right? Because she's 400k more expensive than the next player, right? I just think if you don't start her, you're not getting her. She had one score below 120 last year, and that was in the final game of the season when she probably was resting a little bit for finals. And then she's got like a 121 against Port in the first round. That was her second lowest score for the year. So she's just constantly putting up massive scores. And for someone of Marinoff's caliber, she's not going to get tagged because she tackles. She gets 10, 15 tackles a game. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm starting her because there are some cheap players that you can afford to start her. But there will be people that will try that. And the other thing is because she's so highly owned, she's like 70+% owned. If you don't start her and people got a captain and you're getting 150s, 160s, you're losing a lot of points. Whereas if she averages like 120 or less, which is funny, such a big number, and we think it's crazy to think, but if she goes at like 110, 115, 120, it's not a good pick because she's priced at 145. So I think for people looking for value, it's not the right call to start it, right? But I think it's a slightly different pick. It is very reminiscent of like the Tom Mitchell, Dane Swan players in the men's fantasy, whereas you start them because of just how much better they are than most other players. Chera always does bad in the first half, but does well in the second half, says Dylan. Yep, yeah, he has weird halves and quarters where he goes well and then doesn't go well. So he's very, very, he plays well in patches. Very patchy player in fantasy. Up to 41 likes as well. So if you haven't smashed a like, please keep smashing those likes. We're nearly at half time as well, and we're nearly halfway to our goal. So if you haven't smashed a like, please do. I know it's not likely, but I'm scared of a Bonnie Too Good scenario where we all pay max price. Then she got injured round 1. Everybody's a different beast, though. I guess she got injured round 1. Everyone's got her. So, whereas Bonnie Too Good wasn't hugely popular because she was so expensive. She was still popular to an extent, right? But yeah, I think Marinoff's a different beast. And that is a goal for Will White. It's another goal for Carlton. Back to within 30. So just keeping within touch, Carlton. Would you rather Nasai or Reid for the big money that's flicking around? Nasai. I know Reid's a good player, but Nasai's, you don't see many players like him. And I found Mitch Cleary's tweet very interesting this afternoon. So he said that St Kilda are bracing to lose star player Nasai Wanganeen-Miller, which is like, yeah, cool. But then he puts in there Geelong is offering a big deal. I'm like, he's not going to Geelong. He's not going to... He's either staying at St Kilda or coming home to SA and going to Port or the Crows. It's one of the 3 clubs. So if he leaves, then great. I'm just wondering how the deals get done. Because for Port, I've said this before, but it's almost impossible. It's pretty much impossible for Port to get him unless they get rid of Zach Butters, because they have needed to have used a minimum of 2 first-round picks over a 4-year period. That's the draft rules, to then trade away first-round picks. But the thing is, they haven't even used one. They had to get an exemption last year. Sorry, they used one. Sorry. They had to get an exemption to get Lukosius last year, so they're not going to get another one. And they don't have the other draft capital to trade away. Whereas the Crows, I don't know if the Crows have got it either. But, yeah, it is interesting, right? And I know he's out of contract, so if he does ask for a trade away. It'll just be very interesting. It'll be the biggest transfer story of the trade window, because I don't know how the Crows get it done. Like, the Crows have probably got the money to give it. Like, they've offered in the contract, but have the Crows got the picks to offer? And because the Crows are going to be finished, like at the moment they're third, so that's say pick 16. So pick 3, if that was what they got, whatever it. Sorry, pick 16. Sorry, that's what I was right. It'd be pick 16, which isn't an amazing pick there. So Crows would have to get Crows and Port will have to get very creative in trading away picks, getting higher draft picks, trading them to St Kilda, stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see how it gets worked either way. But if Nasai requests a trade, that'll make it really interesting. And I think, St Kilda were voted the most difficult team to deal with trades. So, yeah, very, very interesting. I obviously am very, very hopeful that the Crows get Nasai. That would be it's halftime, by the way, as well. It'd be incredible. I think it'd be an absolute game changer for either team. If Port get him, all of a sudden their rebuild's looking like, well, hang on, you've got Nasai now there along with Horn Francis, Butters, Rosie. Like, you've got some star players there, which I've already got, right? But you put Nasai on top. Whereas Crows as well, because Crows are how well they're doing at the moment, that could just be another game changer for the Crows. Let's go through scores and I'll continue going through the chat that we've got. Make sure you guys keep smashing a like on the video. We've got 41 likes, so we're heading towards halfway to our goal. But we do need 100, and we were live for a fair bit last week, waiting after the stream to get it done. So if you can do it now, so we don't have to stress after the game, please smash a like on the video. If you've got multiple accounts or anything like that and you want to smash a like on the video and get us there, or if you're not sure if you've liked it yet, just head over to the video, just check and see if you've liked it or not, and if you haven't, smash a like. That'd be fantastic. Please don't do a dislike button, because it doesn't count towards 100. What do we got here? So Impy's on 72, huge start for him, but besides that, a lot of just average sort of 50 scores, and that's about it. So you got Warple 54, Ginnivan 54, Akers 54, McDonald 53, Sisley 52, Morrison 52, Hewitt 52. It's a good start for him. And Charlie Kerno's on 50 as well. Then you got Ward 48, Moore's on 40, and Chera's on 40. So that's okay, but a little bit quiet for both those guys. Meek's on 39, so Caleb obviously not a great score, so it's good that you traded at this stage based on that score there. Will Day 36, Aim on 35, Cripps 31, Newcomb 30. Newcomb what is he doing? 6 disposals, like seriously. DeConey 24. Ashton Moyer's on 19, so yeah, he's really been quiet. Same with Doc, who's only on 18 as well. And obviously Harry's hasn't touched the ball much either. So, yeah, bit of a quiet game for a few of those Carlton boys. And I think Jordy had to play Doc straight on field. Unless he traded someone instead. I hope he didn't. Yeah, I hope he looped Doc and then trade in a red dot, but I'm not sure. Where we've got a bit of chat here. I know it's not likely. Oh, yeah, I said that from Bailey before. Ellison, I think with Marinov, you just have to start her. Even if she drops a lot, she'll still be one of the highest scoring players and be putting points on you every week. That's where I'm leaning to Ellison. I'm leaning towards starting her. She was my first pick player, and I don't think she's going to be really, and particularly because she's my favourite AFLW player, being a Crows fan as well. I just don't really want to go against it, because not only am I not going to be able to watch my own team play, I'm not going to be able to enjoy it. So I think I'll be starting her. Do you think Bay does a get over Whitfield to Dylan? Yeah, I do this week potentially but he might get attention as well from Guelphy. So I don't think it's a slam dunk to get him, but it is an option. He did have a great game against the Bombers last time, but I wouldn't be shocked if Guelphy went to him. Cone Fife went against Marinoff last year and it didn't work at all. Definitely not doing that this year. But she did have the highest ever average in AFLW fantasy history and just AFL fantasy history in general. 145 average was ridiculous. Baylod says, any idea? Only other idea I have with the Patreon is doing something like the Hatcher Open Leagues where there's relegation promotion for Fanatics Patreons. That would be a good idea if we had a whole bunch of Patreon members. We don't have... I'm not going to sort of say the numbers and stuff. We don't have enough. I'd probably need a fair few more. We would need at least probably 500 Patreon members to be doing something like that. I just don't think it's quite enough. We don't have quite enough Patreon members yet. So, yeah, we'd have to get a few more. But I don't mind that idea, though, in the future. But, yeah, Marinos breaking 166, hoping to pick her up round 3, says Papadis. I would say good luck with that because I don't think she's going to drop much below that 166 on many occasions, to be honest. Stu, you reckon Nasai will be a better player? Oh, Stu, I think 100%. He's 21. Like, he's so young. He's got so much scope for... The sky's the limit for a guy like him. So whoever gets him, you've got essentially your franchise player locked in for the next 10 years. Baylor says, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Triple M this morning said Nasai looking more and more likely to port according to close sources, but can't remember if I heard that on Triple M or somewhere else. They did also say Stewie Dew probably confirmed to replace Chad Corns as one of the coaches. Yeah, and like part of me is thinking, I just don't know how he gets to Port. Like, they haven't used the draft picks over the last 4 years in terms of the first rounders. They're not going to get another exemption from the AFL because they got one last year for Lukosius. And how are they going to be able to afford it? Like, I know they've offered the contract, but I just don't know how it gets done. I just don't know how it gets done without trading. Like, they would have to get him without trading first round picks, which would mean parting with star players, which what's the point of getting rid of like a Butters and another player if you're just going to lose, if you're getting the side, because you're getting rid of a star player for another star player. You want both of them playing together. So, like, and I know that I'm just more hopeful because I'm a Crows fan, but I still think Crows are probably more likely to get him. And I know that all the reports are saying that Porter are probably more likely to get him because of all like the close relationship with Jace Burgoyne and the side. But people got to remember that his uncle, Wayne Miller, plays the Crows. So, like, and if he would move to the Crows, he's still going to be in the same town as Jace, so they can catch up all the time along with Horn Francis. And again, if you look at the profiles of the team, St Kilda are rebuilding. Port are in transition with a new coach, whether that's a full-on rebuild or they've got some good players where they make top 8 and stuff in the next few years. I'm not sure. But the Crows obviously are a very young team, and they're at the moment a top 4 team. Whether they finish top 4 or top 8, they're still... Their profile looks the best, and I know Nasai has talked about that he does want success. So if you want a team that's going to be more successful, at the moment, it's the Crows. So that's the thing I'm really intrigued to see what happens with this, because it's, yeah, I think he's more likely to go to Port as well. I think he will go there if he leaves. But I wouldn't be shocked as well if he signed a 2-year extension at St Kilda, and then 2 years' time, Birdman's out of contract at Port, Nasai's out of contract at the Saints, and they just do a straight swap. Birdman goes to Saints, goes back home to Melbourne, and Nasai goes back home to Adelaide and goes to Port. I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Maybe Butters re-signed because Nasai's coming, or maybe he just like it there. Says Stu. Alexander Newcomb has been playing a lot forward with Will Day back in. Hawks do rotate a lot of players through the mids. Marco, I'm hoping we get 180 score this year. Says, oh, yeah, no one's gone past 166, which is interesting. Heaney, Bont, and Nick Martin have all got that exact same score. Do you think Cats can cause damage in finals, Tim? I think they can cause more damage. More than just damage, Tim. They're one of the favourites, I'd imagine, because that's such a good run home. I think they'll finish top 4 comfortably. And Geelong, with all the finals experience they've got, I wouldn't want to come up against Geelong in a final. Put it that way. They'd be one of the top couple of teams I wouldn't want to play in a final. Is there somewhere I can go to get a cheat sheet for starting a AFLW team? I know knowing the rookies. Free kick is where you can get it all, Kobe. Check out all the free kick pods, all the team previews, all the positional line previews, all that stuff. That's where I get all my stuff from. So free kick, 100% is the place to go for that. And also, Fantasy Fanatics, the podcast. If you want to listen to 2 pods, free kick first, and then us there as well. Or feel free to listen to us and then free kick. But, mate, free kick is an absolute must. Absolute must. I guess we can maybe afford to offload Butters if we make Bergman full-time mid next year with Horn Francis and Drew /Wines and put Rose in the size of 2 halfbacks mid pinch hitters. Yeah, but the thing is, though, there is no chance that Port are getting rid of Butters this year. No chance. Port want to keep him. Port don't want to lose him. Like, Butters is going to be a massive part of their future, and he's one of the better players and the best players in the comp. They're not going to trade him for Nasai because they'll be like, well, there's no point. Because we want to get to Nasai but to make our team better. But it doesn't really make your team like necessarily that much better if you get rid of Butters. So I think that I just don't know how they get him personally. I'm interested to see. Crows don't have what would be needed to get a deal done, says Smoking Man. I think they've got more than Port, though. I don't know what they've got, though. That's the thing, Smoking Man. I've got no idea what they'd have to offer. So that's what makes this deal so interesting, is that I don't think Port and Crows have got really enough of what St Kilda would want to get the deal done. But then they run the risk of, if Nasara is that hell-bent on coming back home, does he go through the draft and St Kilda get nothing, which would be silly if that was the case. Does Nasai just go, well, if I leave, great, but if I don't, I'm happy to stay at St Kilda for another few years and sign a 2-year extension? There's so much to play out. There's no idea where he's going to go. I'm not sure. It'll be really interesting to see. Any of the top 100 have Doc, says Tim. I think a few did. I don't know if they traded him out or not, but I know a few did. Hayter Reed's up for grabs too. Geelong are interested, says Dylan. Yeah, but there's obviously talk he might stay at West Coast, right? So again, that's another interesting one. But his contract doesn't run out until the end of next year, I believe. So, but they want to get it done at this off-season. They want to get something done. They don't want to go all next year going, is Harley going to stay or go? But yeah, I agree. It's more of a stalemate because you're just replacing a gun with a gun. AFL needs to adapt the one down, one up strategy. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if Port get Nasai, great for them, good pickup. But if they get rid of Butters to do it, I don't really think it's a very good deal. Because what's the point of getting a good player out for another good player? Just doesn't make a lot of sense. And to be fair, I know Nasai's going to be great, right? But you've already got a proven commodity at Port, and he's a gun. And you're getting a player that hasn't played for Port yet, which I've got no doubt Nasai, whichever team he plays for, is going to be an absolute gun. So it's not like soccer where it's you haven't seen them play in a different league or a different team or system or whatever. This is very different. But yeah. 2 top 10 and 20 odd for Reed, says Stu. Yep, be interesting to see what they do. You see my other two questions, Tim. Where were they? You know I'm a Cats fan, says Tim. Yes, I do know you're a Cats fan, Tim. Did a driving instructor teach you how to drive? Interesting question, Tim. But yes, I did have a driving instructor teach me. I think everyone's got to have one, to be honest. You don't just sort of get your license without getting an instructor. I've never known anyone that doesn't have that, but there you go. What are we up to now? We are up to 49 likes. So if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, keep smashing those likes up. It would be good to get it done before the game finishes. So I don't have to stay around for too long. So if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. If you're not sure, then check it out and see if you have smashed a like yet. What Watchalongs are you doing this weekend, says Dylan? At the moment, this could be the only one this weekend. Because Saturday night, I'm definitely not doing one because I'm at the showdown. So I can't do one. Then it would be tomorrow night. But at this stage, I'm out tomorrow night. I'm going to watch Jordy play some music down at Glenelg. So at this stage, I won't be doing a watch-on tomorrow night. But I'm not 100% sure. I've still got to work out whether I'm doing that or not. So if we do one, it'll be the Giants and Sydney game. But I'll let people know on the pre-lockout chat anyway. If we'll be doing one. Because the pre-lockout chat will still be there. But it'll just depend if I head off after that or not. What's this about Stephen May? I know that Melbourne were challenging the verdict, so I wonder if he gets off. I was shocked that May got suspended. I honestly thought he'd get off. I thought he was going for the ball, personally. And I know Stephen May's someone that can get into a few of these incidents, but I think he was going for the ball. The Stephen May verdict. Are they going to show it? If we somehow get inside with their offloading a gun, look out, AFL, the pair will be coming next year. I think whoever gets him, the AFL got to look at, to be honest. Like, if the Crows get him, great. If St Kilda keep him, then that's a big keep for them. But yeah. Sorry, I've got my else, just don't know what to do, says Tim. Oh, Tim, speak to someone about it then. If you don't know what to do, then chat to someone, chat to family or anything like that, or chat to people at the wherever you get the drive. I forgot what the bloody place is called where you get the driving instructors, SA Rego, or whatever it's called, or whatever it is. But yeah, just ask people about it. Can you tell Jordy I said hello? Yeah, Tim, I'll let him know. Yep. Pizza or burger, says Marco. Can't go wrong with a pizza. My go-to pizza is pepperoni, add barbecue sauce. Oh, if you guys haven't tried it, it's essentially like Meat Lovers, but just with pepperoni and cheese. Like pepperoni pizza, add barbecue sauce is is amazing. So if you have not tried it, I would highly, highly recommend it. 51 likes as well, so we passed 50. So appreciate everyone that's done that so far. Keep smashing up the likes. We very much appreciate it. If you haven't smashed a like on the video, please do. Tim, have you swum with whales and sharks? It's awesome. No, I have not. Tim, interesting questions tonight. Very, very interesting. Not the questions I thought we'd be answering, but yes, no, I have not. Bailey says, the Domino's lunchboxes are not bad at all. Little pizza with chips and garlic bread. Yep. That's with the two sides, isn't it, Bailey? That's with the ones where you get like the little mini pizza with like the 4 slices, and then you also get like little, you can get chicken pops, or you can get a garlic bread or chips or whatever. Like that's always really, really good. So I haven't had Domino's for a while. That might be something I'll have to get at some point. Any adjustments from halftime? Don't believe so. Yeah, Meek and Cher are still on 40. Doc's still on 18. Moy still 19. So they're like the main ones from tonight. Yeah, so nothing, no adjustments. I actually want to see my matchups because like it's a massive, massive week for me in Hat Chat League 6 because I need to win to avoid relegation to League 7. So my fingers are crossed. I've only moved 200 spots. Moved down 200 spots tonight, funny enough. Yes, let's have a look. So, Hatchat League 6, we've got no one playing tonight. So, neither of us have got a single player playing tonight. We've got 6 uniques. He's got Whitfield, Flanders, McCarthy, Myers, McRae, and Kennedy before trades. I've got Steele, Josh Dacos, Merritt, Grundy, Warner, and Parker. So, I do like my 6 that I've got, but you just don't know what's going to happen. He's got Bont VC into Dacos. I've got Grundy VC into Dacos. So I don't love that he's got a unique VC because I almost want to, part of me wants to match it so he doesn't get a big ceiling score and I don't, but I think I'll still back in Grundy there. So it'll be an interesting matchup to see. I've got McCarthy Emergency as well, so I can look at his score and see what he does. And if he scores well, who would I bench? I was going to say Mills, but I wouldn't want to loop with Rosie there. That's my only worry, unless I put Rosie into the midfield. Who would I have as cover, though? McCarthy pretty much is my cover for Rosie. So if he went well, is there someone that plays after him that I'd bench? Like if he went 100, I'd maybe bench Colby potentially. Or loop Colby in another position to loop with someone. I don't have a forward, so I actually could potentially change my trades. I might go Kennedy instead in Steele. Oh, no, I can't because Kennedy plays beforehand. No, doesn't. I probably won't be looping, to be honest with that. But, yep, that is the interesting one there. Just having a look here. What was... that's right. Yeah, I'm not in the Content Creators Cup finals, am I? I didn't even make the bottom 8 finals. I was out, obviously, bottom 4. So, no matchups for me in the Content Creators Cup, which is disappointing. Can I make finals in my Cash League? I think I can. But I'd have to win and everyone above me would have to lose, which I just don't see happening. Yeah, I'd have to... What is it? Because Jake is 8th. I'd have to score nearly 180 points more than Jake this week and everyone above me win. So everyone above me lose, which I don't think will happen. What's the matchup there, though? I've got Mills, Josh Dacos, Tom Green, Zach Merritt, Ryan Marshall, Petrarca, and Parker. He's got Martin, Rankin, Kennedy, Gorn, McCarthy, Sinclair, Zorko. Yes, that'll be an interesting matchup as well. It's just so many of my leagues this year, I just started off really poorly. I just haven't really been able to get going. Just losing so many of those early games, which is a shame. Oh crap! I forgot to bloody do my starter team and game day squad this week. Actually, I don't think I had no one from the games tonight. Actually, what do we got? Susan's got a super chat. Thank you, Susan. As always, very much appreciate the super chats you put in every watch along. Hi, Bales. Hope you're well. Hi, Susan. Hope you're going well as well. Very much appreciate all the the super chats and extra support you've put in from the season. So I do thank you every time, but I do very, very much appreciate it. So Susan, thank you for your continued super chat support and just continued support in general. Your boy Sam Taylor back in. Let's go, says Marco. Thank you, mate. Yep. Baylor says, couldn't decide what pizza to get, so I got 2 of those lunch boxes. Fair enough. Well, pizza reheated is still a very, very good meal. I think pizza's probably the best thing you can reheat. Is Tim English to gone worth getting more money? No, you don't trade English. English is a really good unique to have on the run home. I wouldn't be trading. You traded Doc Hay sister. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Which I was hoping that he would have a good score regardless, because obviously it's his last game, but he's obviously hasn't scored great so far. So Baylor says, new Macca's burger is basically a glorified Big Mac with fried onions and cheese that you can't taste. Yes, I did try it the other night. So I went to Macca's and tried it, and I thought it was just a different version of the Big Mac. So I got 10 nuggets on top of that, and in a large meal with the big arch burger, and then 10 nuggets, thinking, yep, small burger, 10 nuggets to the side, not knowing that it was essentially the size of a Whopper. It was essentially a Whopper version of a Big Mac, and I was like, far out, this is like absolutely massive. I ended up having, I think, gave a couple of nuggets to the dogs. They certainly enjoyed having a nugget each, but I ended up finishing it all, but it was certainly very, very filling. I didn't expect it to be that much. So there you go. But it was quite good though. I did like it. Matt Brown, hey Bales, hope all is well. Currently turning McCarthy into Myers. Who's your top 4 to bring in? Got Smith, Kennedy, Petrarca, McRae, Daniel. Yep, well, he is the next one I'd be bringing in, Matt, because Kennedy's my number 1, but Myers is number 2 with the run home. Yep, so that's good. So how does it work if they send you a hat in AFL Fantasy, says Tim? They send you an email, and then you send them like your address and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure. But again, I wouldn't know, because I haven't got a hat yet. So hopefully one day I get that email, and it says, what's your address? And I can give them an address, and I can get a hat. That would be amazing. All good. Love the content. Always helpful. I love the watch-alongs. Thank you, Susan. Very much appreciate that. Yeah, it is very much appreciated. Obviously, the super chats really do help. It is only it's a small step to making this reality a full-time gig. I think probably like a quarter of the way to making it a full-time gig. Or maybe a sixth of the way. Like, that's where we're sort of heading, if you include the Patreon and here as well. So, yeah, that's the hope, to make it a full-time gig. That's what we're aiming for, because if it's not full-time gig, I can't do as much content, because I'll have to find another proper full-time job. So, yep, geez, if Hawthorn win tonight, even if the Crows win or lose, that game next week will be massive. Crows have to win Saturday night, but I think Port will be really up for it. They'll want to ruin the Crows' season, along with give Ken a win in his final showdown. If it's not the car, I'm not interested, says Marco. I'm interested for a hat. I just want a hat. But yes, obviously, I would love a car and a hat. That would be obviously amazing. Impy's having a great... This is the best game I've seen Impy play, I reckon. He is just racking up. Dylan Moore got a handball in there as well. And that's a cracking kick. Straight to Kaushadir. They're starting to run away with this a bit now. I'm going to take out that now. That should be charged up enough now. I can put my mouse back in, make it easier. Cool, there we go. Chloe Malloy sent me a swish video today, says Tim. Nicely done there, Tim. Very good there. Yeah, hat would be cool as well, says Marco. Luke Davies says, was going Johnson to Flanders, Clark to Gibcus, but since Lohman is out now, Johnson to El Hawley and Lohman to Jack Ross. Bit of a pod. Thoughts? Yeah, don't mind that. If Lohman's on your field as well and you can't get into anyone better, then Jack Ross is probably the pick. I don't know if he's still tuning in. Who was that was asking about questions before? Sean was saying about bringing in like Teakle and Papley. I wonder if he could get Jack Ross and Teakle. That would be something I'd consider. I don't know if he's still tuning in though. By the way, with AFL Fantasy, I'm going to copy your starting team trades VC and C every week, says Weary. Please don't do that. Just do your own thing, right? Like, I don't want to copy, because then if everyone copies my team, then there's no chance we're going to get all hats. AFLW now highlights instead of a T-Cross or whatever it was last year. Was it a Corolla? Corolla last year? But Hilux is... I didn't know it wasn't... No, it was a Hilux last year, I'm pretty sure. But actually, I can't remember. But yeah, having a Hilux is obviously great. There's a kick for Doherty. DeConing, no, not quite. There's Curnow. Just can't believe that there's a goal for Curnow. Just can't believe Carlton's forward line struggles so much when you've got TDK, Curnow, and Mackay down there. And very lost about Jack Ross. What's his role? Just heard he's playing well. He's playing as a midfielder. CBA mid. He's playing really well. So, good option. Who do you think misses finals, says Papa D's? Oh, geez, that's a very, very good question. I think the teams that are locked into finals, it would be Collingwood, Brisbane, Adelaide, Geelong. So it really comes down to those other 5. So what is it? Hawthorn, Gold Coast, Freo, Dogs, Giants. It'd be hard for the Dogs to make it. They'd have to win every game from here. They've got to beat Giants next. That Giants Bulldogs next week is probably going to be who makes the 8, I reckon. That game and then Freo and Dogs in the final round. I think at this stage, Dogs miss out. If Hawthorn were to lose to the Crows next week and every other team around them won, Hawthorn could be in a little bit of danger. But all of them could, right? Like, I think Freo will make it the way they're playing. I think Giants make it. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. It really will. I'm not sure. I'll say Dogs at the moment just because they are behind. But it could also be Gold Coast as well. Like if they lose to Brisbane Saturday, and then obviously Dogs beat Essendon, which you'd imagine that they do. Dogs are, I think, pretty much level with Gold Coast. So it could be Gold Coast as well that miss out. It'll be very, very interesting. It's a great finals race. Obviously, it would be better if we had more teams than just the 9 in it. But, yeah. Luke, you should add Unihacky for the lols at the end of your name. Yeah, yeah, good call. Sean says, I'm still here, mate. Me and the missus love your content. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. So Jack Ross could be an option for you, Sean, if you wanted to bring him in as a cheaper forward. I don't know if you get him and Teakle, but Colin missing finals, says Luke. Nah, they won't. They can't miss finals. I wouldn't imagine. They'd have to lose almost every game from here to miss finals, which I can't see that happening. Just cannot see Collingwood losing every game. What forward would you go 782k or under? Jack Ross is probably the pick, Harry, to be honest. Hawks says Stu. I would probably like the Hawks to not make it because I think they're going to be very dangerous if they do make it. But do you have any AFLW Fantasy League, says Tim? I'll be making an open league. Yep. There'll be nothing to do with Patreon and everything because there won't be enough people that want to do AFLW Fantasy for Patreon stuff. So we'll just be doing that normal. So yeah, there'll be an open league, everything like that. So looking forward to that. Freo Gold Coast Giants make it, says Stu. Sean, sorry mate, Ross only have 611k with Teakle. Okay, yep. Yeah, maybe you still have to go Papley and Teakle just to, that probably gives you the best chance at getting some points. I don't hate the idea. It's either them two or go Manor and McMahon, but I don't love McMahon on field. Like you could literally get a 30 from him and then 100, whereas you could get a couple of 80s from the other two guys. And you probably need cash gen, right? So Teakle makes a lot of sense. The only other option you've got is if you've got McCarthy in your mids, if he's on your bench or defense, if McCarthy's on your bench in defense or midfield, maybe trading another player into your forward line, putting like a Fantasia onto your bench and getting a couple of better players in your forward line, and then you can upgrade next week. So is McCarthy in your team, Sean, and is he on the bench? Because if he's on your bench, or if he's on your field, who's on your bench in your midfield or defense? That would be what I'd ask. Is Tuco actually good, says Dylan? I think he will be for the next couple of weeks with mostly solo rucking. Baylor says Gold Coast do have 4 home games left. No travel could be very beneficial. Yep, yeah, it could be. Yeah, they've got a couple of tricky games, but yeah, they probably make it right. I don't think they miss out, but what a head-to-head league, says Tim. Probably not. Probably just do the open league, to be honest. Brad Smith, hey, Bales, Crows 2 home finals looking good, I think. Go Crows. Oh, mate, I hope so. They have to finish top 2, though, which that's going to be... They have to beat Port. They have to beat Hawthorn. They can afford to lose 1 game on the run home if they want top 2, but they wouldn't want to lose more than 1, which, again, I'm trying to be a little bit like Nixie. Just take it 1 week at a time. Just keep ticking the wins over. The more wins they get, the closer they'll get to a better finish. They put it this way: it's in their control if they finish top 2. If they win every game from here, they'll finish top 2 because Brisbane play Collingwood, and whoever loses out of that game. Well, funny enough, if the Crows win every game on the run home, and Brisbane were to beat Collingwood, Collingwood were to beat Brisbane, but then we beat Collingwood, we'll go above them regardless of what happens. Because if Brisbane lose to Collingwood, we go above them, and if we beat Collingwood, we go above them anyway. So the Crows, it's all in their hands for where they can finish. If they lose a couple of games on the run home, they might finish just 4th or whatever. They might finish outside the top 4. But it's a really positive regardless, because you'd think they get a home final as an elimination final if they finish outside the top 4. But if they finish top 4, they get double chance. They get a home final at some point. So they're in a good spot, and it's all in their hands. So hopefully they can do it. Looks like Doc's at half-back at the moment as well. My team value is 21.4 mil, and I'm top 3K. That's a mistake, isn't it? Surely. 21.4. There's no way you're top 3K with that. Oh, Doc's forward. Sorry. Doc forward, not half-back. Sorry. There's a handball for Moya. Doc with a kick out wide to Will White. Yep. Is that 21.4 mil on your field, not including your bench? Because that would make more sense. But if you've got 21.4 million as a full team value, I can't imagine your top 3K. Surely weary. Can't wait to watch Dan Gorringe in the Legends game. Yeah, no, that'll be fun. Looking forward to that. Stu, no, take the lid off. Bales, Crows getting the flag. Then you get an aside. What a year. I actually said to, I think it was someone at work, I'm like, could you imagine Dan Curtin, Rising Star, Jordan Dawson, Brownlow, Crows make a prelim or a grand final, and then Crows getting a sire? Could you imagine? But they are young and hungry with a good mix of experience. That's a dangerous combination. Yeah, it is. I think the thing I'm still come back to is that they don't have a huge amount of players in the team that have got finals experience. Like, okay, yeah, you've got Tex who's playing the grand final. Brodie Smith, he's obviously around the team. He's played finals. Matt Crouch has played finals. Rory Laird's played finals. And then you've got Neil Bullen, who played in a grand final winning team, a premiership team in Melbourne, and played a number of finals as well. Peatling and Cumming have played finals for the Giants. Dawson might have played finals at Sydney. I can't remember if he did or not. So like the Crows have got enough players there that have played finals, but this team hasn't played finals, which that's the thing that will be interesting to see. Like I'm going to go through the Crows team, right? So I don't think Ben Keith would have been at Brisbane if they played any finals, but maybe he was. I'm not sure. Matt Crouch has played finals with the Crows. Jordan Dawson, I think, played finals at Sydney, but I'm not sure. Tex played finals. I don't think Hinge would have played finals when he was at Brisbane. Peatling played finals when he at GWS, obviously, last year, and was very good in those games as well. I think that finals are games that are going to suit a guy like James Peatling. Neil Bullen, obviously, premiership winning team with Melbourne. So John Newcombe's being subbed out. Looks like. Yep. Bit of a rest for John Newcombe. Interesting. He must be playing injured. There's Doc. No, I was going to say line up for goal, but just a snap around the body. Sicily mark. Laird obviously played finals. I think Miller might have played finals because his first season was 2015. So he might have... 2016, sorry, May's debut. He might have played finals in 2017, or at least he was with the team in 2017 when they played finals. Smith has obviously played finals. I don't think Rob... Rob was around the team when they played finals. He was debuted in 2016, but obviously Jacobs was the ruck, but he was in and around the team. So, and I wonder if Mark Keane played... No, he played debut in 2020, so I don't think he played finals with Collingwood. But in saying that, there's enough there that have played finals that you think they can hold up. So just be interesting to see. That I'm interested. So there's a tackle for Ashton Moyer. Up to 57 likes as well. So just 43 likes away. Pitney's been subbed out as well. So 43 likes away from the 100. So if you haven't liked it, or you got other accounts that you can smash a like and get us to that 100 marker, please do. Levi, Rising, Dacos, Brownlow, cross out in straight sets. That's what I want. I think Curtin's probably the favourite. Well, he is the favourite at the moment in terms of all the odds and stuff. But yeah, Levi's had such a good year that yeah, I could see him winning it for sure. Guess I'm feeling Dot gone next week, but couldn't get on him with Bustlinger back, says Corey. Yep, no, it's fair enough. Is there an AFLW Fantasy Patreon, says Dylan? I won't be doing AFLW Fantasy in the Patreon just because not everyone that signed up for the Patreon, I've done it for AFL Fantasy. If I kept it going with AFLW Fantasy, there'd be people cancelling. There'd be people maybe annoyed that they're like, oh, well, I thought it was just for the men's season. So I'm pausing all the subscriptions post round 24. And yeah, we'll just be men's content moving forward. So, but yeah, so all the AFLW Fantasy content I'll be doing will be all put on YouTube. So you'll all be able to see all the stuff there. I don't think Dawson will end up getting the Brownlow. Been slowing down from the first half of the year. Put a cheeky 50 on him, paying $7.50. So I hope he does. He'll have a lot of votes in the first half of the year. And he's still the second favourite. He's still $4.50 to Nick Dacos's $2.50 or something like that, right? I still think Dacos probably is the favourite at the moment. If Jordan Dawson can have a few games, back half he gets some 3 votes, get a couple of 2-vote games, then he's still very much in the mix. So, yeah, be very, very interesting to see how he goes. I'm obviously hopeful he wins it. But, yeah, we'll have to see. Doc not having a great game, says Red Lighting. Yeah, the Carlton players aren't really getting it too much. Carlton aren't really having a great game either, so it's not like he's alone. Oh, and he nearly got Barras just handled away. I thought Doc might have got a free kick there. Newcomb sub, says Elizeno. Kept Zeeble a couple of years back thinking of a big score. Didn't happen, says Stu. Yep, yeah, it doesn't always happen. I think Luke Hodge had a big game when he left Hawthorn or Brisbane, won the 2. I think Shanahan had a pretty good game as well, but doesn't. And Josh Kennedy as well from West Coast, but doesn't always happen. Does Tom Hales still have Newcomb, poor bloke, if he does? I don't know if he traded or not. Surely he did after 37 last week, but I don't know. I think he would have looked at trading in this week, but I'm not sure. I hope he did. Let me message. I'll message him and see if he did. Where is he? Here he is. Let me see if he did. Yeah, let's see if he did or not. 58 likes as well, so let's keep smashing those likes up. 42 away from 100, so only 42, not a big number. Just keep smashing the likes up to try and get to 100. Isaac Smith as well, 160. Yes, yep, he had a massive game this last game as well, so it does happen. Geez, Brass was a good pickup, stopping everything, says Brad. Yeah, he was a good pickup for Hawthorn. That's why I thought Hawthorn were going to be a definite top 4 team with those guys in the team, but hasn't really eventuated to that so far. They're obviously right in the mix for top 4 still, but I thought they were going to have, I was going to say much better year, but they still have had a pretty good year. They've just had some poorer performances and maybe some wins they've had haven't been as convincing, but yeah, like they'll be on 52 wins. They'll move up to 13 wins, 13 wins and 6 losses. So they're only a game behind the Crows in terms of like if the Crows were to win against Port and Hawthorn wins, they're only a game behind. So they're still in a very good year. I guess we probably thought that with those 2 pickups, we're like, well, where's their weaknesses? But I guess they've had their forward line have had a few injuries this year, so it's just their forward line is probably going to pick up. So I guess we'll see. So halfway through the third quarter as well, 58 likes are still making our way to 100 likes. If you haven't smashed like yet, please do. We haven't refreshed a huge amount this quarter, so let's refresh. The Impy's still going well. So George Hewitt's had a great quarter here. He's up to 75. So if you've still got Hewitt in your team, we have, but I think a lot of people would have traded him out. Sisley, 71, good score for him. Dylan Moore's had a good quarter. He's up to 61 as well. So he's putting up a decent score there. Will Watt's up to 58 there with a couple of goals. What's, oh geez. Chera's only had 5 points so far this quarter. Not good. Newcomb, 39. Jeez. Doherty's on 30. He's had the 9 kicks. No marks, no tackles. Hewitt, another free kick coming up. Ashley Moy's up to 25, so obviously I'm not going to be taking that score. Unless he somehow puts up like a 70-point quarter and a half, but that's not going to happen. don't know if Hewitt's up to 79 now with that free kick or if it was already counted. Who would you play in my defence of my keeper league? Ridley, Jordan Clark, Bramble, Fletcher, Rivers, Harley Reid, and Shield. Play 5 of them. Okay, so Jordan Clark's got to be one. He's definitely got to be one. I think Harley Reid with the form he's in is probably got to be another. I think Rivers against the Saints is probably one. And maybe Ridley as well. So it means you've got to play one of Bramble, Fletcher, and Shield. Normally I'd say Fletcher because he's got a good matchup against Gold Coast, but it's meant to be wet, which I do worry if it's going to be wet. Shield against the Dogs, could you loop maybe? Or could you loop a Bramble? Actually, it's either Bramble or Fletcher, and Bramble's obviously got Essendon. He could go really well, particularly if Dale was to get attention, right? So it's either Bramble or Fletcher. The safer play is probably Fletcher, but I just worry about the wet weather. So maybe loop Bramble, see what he does. And if he goes well, bench Fletcher. But it's probably Fletcher on field. But Bramble could have the better score this week against the Bombers under the roof compared to Fletcher against Gold Coast in the wet. Lever, I don't want to jinx it, but I think trading Meat to Grundy was the right decision. Yep. Yeah, it's obviously going all right at the moment, so we'll see where it ends up. My Mrs. Steph asked, did you go to Sam Taylor's funeral, says Sean. No, I didn't go to the funeral for Sam Taylor. But I had him for a lot of the year, and it was a rough ride. I should have put him in utility when I started him, but it is what it is. Who do you have your VC on this week? Still haven't decided on Bont or Baz. I've got mine on Grundy, my VC. But I think all are great options. I've got Baz at 3, Bont at 4. So it's such a tough call, Oak. I talked about it on my captain video earlier with all of them, but both could go big. Like, I guess Baz as a VC, I've got him ahead of Bont just because I wouldn't be shocked if Bont rested some of the game on the bench if they're up by so much or even a bit forward. If he's forward, he'd kick a few goals, right? But yeah, Baz, I expect him to respond with a good game, but I like both. I've got Baz ahead, but either or are good options. How good was Fantastic Four, like better than Deadpool 3? Says Stu. Yeah, I thought it was very, very good. Really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. McCarthy it is, says Corey. What's that in terms of who you've got as a looper? But he's obviously playing, so you can't use him as a loop. Brad Smith, Nasai is a smoky for the Brownlow, and if he does well with his great run, look out. Yeah, no, it's not a bad shout, to be honest. I don't know if St Kilda have won enough games for him to get the 3 votes, but yeah, no, he's won for sure. Because he stands out, right? He stands out with his electric play, right? So umpires will take notice of it. So, yep, for sure, something to keep an eye on. There's Dylan Moore again. So, handball from Dylan Moore. And Massimo kept that in play. Meek, that'll be holding the ball, and that'll be George. So, George Hewitt is starting to really rack up some points. George Hewitt's going to be on 87 now with this. Yep, up to 87 now. Going really, really well, George Hewitt. So, again, where's this been from George Hewitt consistently? Like, he's got the game to have these gains, but he just doesn't do it consistently. He's been so quiet the last month and a bit that no one would probably still have him. They would have traded him out because of the 50 he scored last week. He's probably had that amount of points this quarter. I don't know. I don't think he was over 50 at halftime, was it? Oh, no, he was on about 50. He's had a good last couple of quarters. Sean, I've decided to go Teakle and Papley, possibly 140, 160 between them, where Manor and McMahon possibly 130 combined. Yep, a good call, Sean. I don't mind that. Alexander Nasai will get a lot of 1 or 2 votes. Will probably end up being the most games polled, but won't get top 3 because he won't have enough 3-vote games. Yep, yeah, it's probably a good call. Be interesting to see, but if he gets a lot of 3-vote games the next month or so, that would be interesting. Had to hold Hewitt, and my boy, is he a different player this week, says Brad. Yeah, you'd be very happy if you had to hold. Tom Green might actually be a smoky. I wouldn't say too many Giants players taking votes off him. Fantasy hasn't been super good, but footy-wise, he's still been very good. Yep, no, good shout. Good shout. I know that was it. Gary Lyon was saying that he would be someone that would be to keep an eye on with the Brownlow. So, yep, for sure. One to watch. Like Noah Anderson, another very good one to watch. Matt Rao. I think they'll take too many votes off each other, to be honest, but they're both someone to watch. Is Teakle North Main ruck with Cherry out, says Lee. Yeah, I think he will be. They didn't bring in anyone to replace him, so... Like, Finbar Marley came in, but Teakle will be the number one ruck ahead of him, so... I knew someone who got onto Curtin Rising Star for $51 weeks ago and now $2. Yeah, wow. He literally could cash out and pretty much get what he needs, to be honest. I would almost cash out if I was him, because he's probably getting a fair lot of money already, and just in the off chance they give it to Ashcroft, yeah, I'd cash out. Preston decided to trade Doc instead of Ned Long this week. Hopefully Long can go 100 in a nice matchup with the Tigers. Yeah, yep, hopefully. I think he will in a good matchup. Obviously, Tom Mitchell back in the side will make it interesting, but yeah, I think he will. Banana, the best up-and-go flavour, and I won't hear otherwise. I agree with that, definitely. The only other one I don't mind is coffee, and then caramel's okay, but banana, the best flavour up-and-go for sure. Up-and-go sponsor this guy, says Sean. Yeah, no, wouldn't mind some sponsorships like that. We're up to 60 likes as well, so if you haven't smashed a like on the video yet, please do. I also had to hold Chera. It's a two-sided coin, says Brad. Yep, which is unfortunate because Chera has not done much at all. He had a few points in the second quarter, but not much. Bales, what's your Nando order, says Lee Everett. If I go to Nando's, I normally get the peri peri. Is it? I don't know what the actual name of it, but it's peri peri wrap with the Peronaise, lettuce, the sliced cucumber, and then chicken. Normally get barbecue chicken or the lemon and herb chicken. They're normally the two ones I go for. Or the mild spicy. Knowing what I get. And then I get the peri-peri chips. Always go down well. So that's my Nando's order. I haven't been Nando's for a little bit, so have to go there at some point. I do have honey mustard chicken and vegetables for dinner. So some mashed potatoes, some carrots, stuff like that. So looking forward to that once the watch-on finishes. So make sure you do smash like so I can go have my dinner pretty much straight away. We're up to 62 likes as well. So we are making our way there. Here's Chera for a +6. So first points I've seen for a long time for Chera. But yeah, if you haven't smashed a like on the video already, please do. We just need 38 more legends to smash a like on the video. So then we'll get our goal of 100. Do a bit of a refresh for scores as well. So not really much has changed with the scoring-wise. It's still pretty much the same scorers there. Nicky Joe Caruso, how Bales has the team looking tonight? Thank you, mate. Hope you're also going well, Nicky Joe. Yeah, no one playing tonight. I've only got Ashton Moore on the bench emergency, so I didn't expect him to put up a loopable score, but obviously there was a slight hope that he could pop an 80 or a 90 or something, but I never expected it. Had to trade Doc out. He was just the guy on my team, unfortunately, that made the most sense to trade. If I had other issues, I would have been tempted to hold, but I traded to Jack Steele this week, and then just did Rouston down. There's a Doc handball there. There's Hewitt with a handball as well. That'll be a tackle for Doc. And I just did Rouston down to Mentha, so just a red dot rookie. Sicily been good since Jackson. Yeah, he's been good tonight. Yep. Could be a D7 loop guy that has got a ceiling that could put up a good score or two. Probably not next couple of weeks, but could be someone you look at. Yeah, Doc had to go, says Stu. Yeah, which is unfortunate. I wanted to keep him for his last game. If he was at half, if I knew he was going to be at half back, I would have held. But knowing that he was named on a wing in final team sheets as well. Matt Carroll was named on a wing, and I never thought he'd play wing. So I was like, well, Doc will play wing, which is unfortunate. But no, Doc equals lower Brad pressure for Bales. Very composed this evening, says Brad. I think it's just it was unfortunate, right? I still want him to go well. I would have been happy if he went well regardless, even if I didn't have him. So, But yeah, unfortunately, he hasn't had a massive night so far. Still hoping he can kick a goal and Carlton can get him a goal. I'm hoping if Hawthorn are up by a fair bit, if there's like a minute or two to go, Carlton just let Doherty kick a goal. Be good, unless he kicks a goal beforehand. Doherty's there. Go to Doc. Zach Williams is going towards Doc. No, oh, Doc. Yeah, here, Doc. He's got it. Yes! Doc goal in his final game, and he bows as well. Great moment. Great moment. That's what we wanted. Now we don't even need Hawthorn to give him a goal at the end. That is a great moment. Get around him. The Doc with a goal. Don't know if it's his final goal. Might have a chance to kick another one, but there it is. There's the goal for Doc. If I had more time, I would have put money on him kicking a goal in his final game, but I didn't end up doing it, actually. Anytime, I don't even know what he was paying for anytime goal scorer, to be honest. But I would have put money on it. I just thought he'd get a goal in his last game. There you go. Love to see that. Doc with a goal in his last game. Love to see it. Doc gets a goal. Doc goal. Yeah, everyone's saying, yep. No, it's a great moment. We're all just wanting, just get Doc a goal. If anything was to happen for this game, just give Doc a goal, and he got it. So we're very, very happy. I don't even know what he was. Does anyone know what he was paying actually for an anytime goal score? Because I would have definitely put money on it if I'd looked at it, had a bit more time to look. I did put a $2 multi on for some disposals, but I had Newcomb for 20 plus, and he got subbed out, so that was great. Guaranteed, I won't put Newcomb in any disposal multi like next week against the Crows, and he'll have like 30 disposals. There's that Williams. Jeez, I'll tell you what, if Carlton were to get the next goal... Oh, there's a goal. Oh, they're holding the ball for Doc. Doc line up again. This is brilliant. Holding the ball against Sicily and Doc lining up for another goal. We love to see it. Yeah, wow. That's very, very nice. If this is a goal, Carlton is still in the game. As much as Hawthorn are up by it, this will be back to under 5 goals. Still enough time in the game. And Hawthorn haven't really done much in this quarter. They've taken it fairly easy. So if this is a goal, Doc was $2 too. Yeah, so it would have been nice. I probably should have put something on there, but that's okay. So Doc, for back-to-back goals, that's nuts. Going to be just out to the right. Unfortunate. But, hey, if anyone's still got him in the fantasy team, he's getting a few points this quarter, which is good. Doc could get 70 plus, and I still can't take it. What do you mean you can't take it? Was he on your bench, Corey? Another tackle for Doc. Doc's racking up in this quarter. What's Doc up to? 58. Like, to be fair, that's not a bad score. Like, he's had the 3 tackles in this quarter. He's had a massive quarter. Seems to be playing a lot more around the ball at the moment, like almost like in a midfield role. And it's 3-quarter time. So Doc with a great quarter there as well. So there we go. Doc with a good goal. Very, very happy with that. That was what we wanted. Slow down, Doc, says Ryan. Bustling is playing, so he would have been the bench. But if he goes well, can you bring in a red dot, Corey? Like, what were your 2 trades? I can't remember what your trades were. Because surely if he puts up a good score, you can take it and just trade in a red dot. But yeah. Give me 2 sets. I'll be back in a sec. I'll go through the score. Actually, no, I'll go through the scores quick now. So Impey and Hewitt both on 91. Hewitt, massive quarter. I think he had like 40 points in that quarter. Very, very good score. Impey has had a good game for the whole one there. Harry O'Farrell was on 83. So if anyone's got him on the bench in their team, that's a very nice score. Might be able to take, might even ton up here, you know. Sicily 82, going well. Gunston 75, Warple 74. Moore's up to 71, which is is solid as a forward, particularly. Then what else we got here? Doherty up to 58. So I think he had like a 40-point quarter there. Massive quarter. If he can get an 80, you take that if you've got him. Anything else? DeConing 53. And he's doing a lot better as a solo rut. Chera 53. That's just a very disappointing score. So I know that Jordy kept Doc and traded Chera and had to trade one. So at the moment, he's making the right call. Meek 51, so you'd be pretty happy if you traded him out this week in a tough matchup. Then everyone else is not really doing anything. Asher Moyer, 25. Yeah, I didn't expect him to keep going and scoring massive. Even Cooper Lord came on a sub in that quarter, and he was up to 27 already. So, had a good start there. So, yeah. All right, I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Just going to take a quick toilet break. So, I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. If you haven't already done it, smash a like. We're up to 69 likes. We're only 31 away. And we just need 31 more likes in a quarter. So if you haven't liked it yet, smash on the video. If you've got other accounts, smash the likes on there as well. Let's try and get 100 in another Watchalong. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Damn it. Missed the first minute and a bit of the quarter. Hoping to get back in time. Oh, Hawthorn lined up for goal. So it is 30 points, but yeah. I reckon Dot was going to be dropped, so he pulled the plug, says Stu. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe. Corey Blades, I just realised I can move McCarthy to the mids and use by Allen to take Doc's score if he goes well. Yep. No, good plan. I like that. Yep. If you can do that, that is a good plan to have. 71 likes as well. Geez, we had a few people drop off since I was gone. But yeah, if you are still tuning in and haven't smashed like on the video, we need 29 more likes to get to the 100 likes. Watchalong tomorrow, surely, says Marco. This stage, there isn't because I'm going to be out. So this at the moment is the only one for the weekend, but I'm not sure still with tomorrow night. At the moment, I am going out, but obviously we'll see. If something happened, then I would do one tomorrow night, which would be for the Battle of the Bridge, Sydney or GOS in Sydney. But at this stage, it'll just be the one watch along, which will be for tonight's game. And trade Nick Martin to English and Horn France to Teakle. Yep, I don't mind those trades. And Teakle would be on the bench, I'm assuming. I don't mind those trades. Obviously, with Horn Francis and Martin, you've got to move those two guys on, right? So you have to do something. So yeah, actually, Teakle makes a lot of sense for you, Corey, because you don't want to bring in an average ruck or another forward. So yep, I'll do those trades. You can trade Teakle out in a couple of weeks. There's a tackle for Hewitt there as well. Good luck for the weekend, Bales. There's a like for you. Trade that Hewitt, so of course he's top scoring. So Simon Stacks. Yeah, I know. It's very, very frustrating if you trade him out, but appreciate the like, mate. Very much appreciate it. We're up to 73, so 27 to go. And then we've hit 100 likes once again. So we want to keep that streak going. Still been going since round 2. So if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. And trade. Yeah. Oh, yeah, cool. I was caught up with all the chat. So actually, did I tip Carlton? I think I tipped Carlton. I tipped Hawthorn, I think by 20. That is a great mark from Cowshadir. That's what I mean. Hawthorn are a completely different side with Cowshadir and Mitchell Lewis up forward. Like, I know Melbourne Charles played well this year, but they're the two best forwards they've got when they're up and going, and they're going to be the future for them as well. So that's why I'm nervous even playing Hawthorn now. I would have much rather played Hawthorn when we did down in Tassie when they weren't at full strength. Whereas now, I'd be nervous. Who in my league... Oh, no, it didn't say the margin points there. But I went by 20, so I'm probably going to be a little bit off that based on the way that this score's going. I probably should have done more, but I just thought Carlton were just going to stick around. Oh, we hit the post from Cowshadir there. Just thought Carlton would stick around with Doc's last game, but I feel they give Doc another goal, says Corey. I hope so. That'd be nice to see him get another goal. Would be nice to see. Oh, geez, we've bumped up now to 77. So now we're only 23 likes away from 100 likes. So if you haven't already, smash a like on the video. Or if you're not sure yet, just check and see if you've clicked the little like button on the stream. Be very much appreciated if you haven't done that already and can do that and get us to 100 likes yet again. The streak's been going, as I said, since round 2. Is this a chance for Doc? No, Zach Williams kicks to Fogarty. Oh, no, Chera. Why would you go to Chera? So Chera lining up for goal. That's annoying as a non-owner. But this will help people that have got him at least. You don't get enough credit yet, Bales. But with your content, I believe you can make a career out of this, brother. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Oh, that's the hope. That's the goal. That's the goal. I think, as I said, I am still probably... I'm about a quarter of the way where I'd want to be in terms of the financial sort of side of it. But I love doing this, right? I would love to make a career doing this. And if I can do this as a job, it won't feel like a job. There's a goal for Chera. It won't feel like a job if I can do this. So yeah, any little super chat, any like, any subscribe, any Patreon member, any support you guys show is obviously just a little step in the goal towards achieving that. So yes, appreciate the kind words there, Sean. Very much appreciated. And see, this is why Chera pisses me off. He scores in bunches. Like he was doing nothing, and all of a sudden he's now up to 65, which isn't too bad. Doc's on 63 as well. Must have had a +5. I think he got a mark and a handball. I must have missed. But But yeah, we'll see what they both end up on. Interesting. Top 3 scores for Carlton. You wouldn't have expected it to be Hewitt. You probably could have said, yeah, that's fair. But O'Farrell and Will White as the other 2, you probably didn't have on your bingo card. So very, very interesting that they're doing really well. What are you up to now? 78 likes. So we're 22 away. So we're getting close, getting quite close. There's Hewitt again. Hewitt with a kick forward. And there's Fogarty again, or Fogarty as they say. So if he kick, funny enough, again, I was saying that, and here's Hewitt now lining up for goal. So I say about how Carlton were just letting it slip away, but 31 points. If he kicks this, it goes back to 25. I'm not saying that Carlton are going to win the game, but it would sort of keep the door just ajar. Like I can't imagine Carlton come back and winning the game, but you never know in footy. Sometimes interesting things can happen. Up to 79 likes now. We're 21 away. We're getting closer and closer. Again, if you haven't smashed a like, smash it up. Let's get to 100 yet again. So George, if he kicks this, it'd make it a little bit interesting with 14 minutes to go. And he's hooked it to the left. So, yep, another behind. That would have made it interesting, but it's now 30 points exactly. So we'll see if Carlton can make any fist of this game with just over 14 minutes to go. There's Chera with a kick as well. Doc's there, +6 coming up for Doc. So Doc will be near 70 now. That could be 50. Tell you what, that should have been 50. I don't know why the umpire hasn't had the sense of occasion to pay a 50 there, because he went over the mark. Or cut across. Is this going to be a goal for... No, Doc's going to pass it off. Akers, that's a mark. So Akers lining up for goal. Again, if they kick this, it's back to 4 goals. Not impossible with 13 minutes left for them to catch up a 4-goal margin. Akers has to kick it though. It's going to go to the top of the goal square. No. If I was a coach, I'd absolutely hate that. If you can't get the distance, pass it off. And don't kick it to like a metre or 2 out from goal. It just doesn't make sense. What is your thoughts on EPL Supercoach Bale, says Corey? I haven't even checked it yet, to be honest. I know I did see a tweet out earlier today that said Supercoach have done an EPL format. I'll probably play it. I'll give it a go. I'll see what it's like. It just gives a different format to Fantasy Premier League, like the official format, because it's so hard to win, right? There's like 11 million players that play. So like your chance of winning it are so small. And I feel like EPL is a lot more luck-based, because you've got to rely on your player scoring a goal, getting an assist, getting a bit lucky. Obviously, there are players that are just very, very good that end up scoring a lot more goals and stuff. But at the end of the day, you probably do have to rely a little bit more on luck than anything. So, but yeah, I'll give it a go. Probably we'll see how it goes. Up to 20 likes 20 likes away from 100. So we're on 80 now. We're getting very close to our goal of 100. So if you haven't smashed a like yet, please do. Just need 20 more legends out there to do us a favour and smash the like button. NBL Fantasy would be decent. I played NBL Fantasy for the first time last year. Didn't know anything and did okay, I think. So, yeah, no, it was good fun. Or Zach Williams just not quite getting Bailey McDonald. Oh, no, he ran too far. Interesting. Well, funny enough, with that miss for Carlton, they're only 4 goals away from the lead now. Sorry, 5 goals away from the lead. Sorry, not 4 goals. But if they kick a goal now, they've played better in the last quarter. They're playing all right in this last quarter, Carlton. So I wonder if they've got anything left in the tank to get the job done. It'd be good for everyone around the top 8 if Hawthorn lost, except for Hawthorn supporters. That's a free kick for Ashton Moyer. Should be. He got held without it. Hewitt's up to 110 points as well. So, of course, when everyone trades, he puts up a big score. I feel Daily Telegraph is bringing NBA Supercoach as they bought out Sports Deck, apparently. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they did. Yep. Which I love playing my NBA Fantasy, so I'd love NBA Supercoach. That'd be good. I already do the NBA Fantasy on Sports Deck, but feel bad for Cripps. Jet player, no flag. How many players have Brownlows but no flags? Oh, there'll be a few. But yeah, obviously, if you have a Brownlow, you'd want a premiership. Like everyone that's won a Brownlow that hasn't got a premiership would probably tell you that they'd trade the Brownlow for a premiership. Every single player would. So what do you got? 11.5 minutes to go. Carlton are 29 points down. I wonder if they need probably the next 2 or 3 goals the next probably 3-4 minutes to make it a real possibility, but I think they're just too far away. Unless it's a goal for William. No, touched. It'll be a ball in. Carlton are giving themselves every chance. They're playing all right in this last call. They just need to keep going. There's Cade Simpson, another fantasy gun. He's obviously one of the coaches for Hawthorn. Doc up to 69 as well. So if he can get 11 more points, people will be fairly happy with where he was at half time. If he can get to an 80. There's Dylan Moore with a kick there as well, straight to Mitch Lewis. Where were we? Matt Nair Turkic. I hope I've said that correctly, Matt. Apologies if I've got your last name wrong there. Surely Taylor back in is the move this week, Bales. Love from no doubt the 500th person to make that comment. Yes, thank you, mate. Yeah, there have been a few people that have said that. Yep. But no, appreciate it anyway. We'll see. I'm not bringing Sam Taylor in. That is. I've still got the Sam Taylor face in my room, so that's more than enough Sam Taylor for me. But yes, there's Doc. No mark there. Chera tackled there as well by Dylan Moore. Is it Dylan Moore? No, Scrimshaw. Nat 5 was close to a flag, but inaccuracy cost Freo. Yep. Still 20 likes away from 100. So if you are one of 20 people that haven't liked it yet and are tuning in now, please smash like on the video. Trying to get to 100 likes for the stream. We've been going since round 2 with that goal. And once the stream's done, I do want to go, that will be a 50 against Moya. I was very shocked that Sicily didn't get a 50-metre penalty there. But yeah, once the stream's gone, I want to have my dinner. So yeah, if we get the 20 likes done before the end of the game, that would be fantastic. So Sicily to the goal square. Oh, Dylan almost there. There's Cheryl with a kick. And Scrimshaw intercept mark. If Sam Darcy scores 5 goals, I'll sign it to the Patreon for the rest of the season, says Dylan. Hey, mate. I reckon I heard you say if Bont scored a ton last week, you were going to sign it to the Patreon. And he scored a ton. So, I don't know. Is it... I'm not sure. It's literally only $10 because it's only 1 month to go, right? So if you want to sign up to the Patreon for 1 month to end the season, it's $10. And you can see what the Patreon's about. Maybe keen for next year, maybe. No worries, Legend. Get yourself into DT Shiver next year, brother, says Matt. I am in DT Shiver. Oh, but you're saying are you saying get him into DT Shiver or are you saying get myself into DT Shiver? Because I already play DT Shiver. I'm in League 29 or something like that. And I'm pretty much, if I win this week, I'm in finals. I've drafted like Bont and Tom Green and guys like that because I wanted to get some guns at cheap prices. And I'm in the Shiver Champions League 3. I'm not going as well there, but I'm still a chance to make the 8 and make the finals. So we'll see if that's... Oh, sorry, top 6, and see if we make finals there. I honestly didn't even realise. Sorry, mate. This is the Bong Lord here, by the way, if you know. All good, mate. All good. Mate, appreciate it, though, regardless. I was Sam Taylor D6 owner as well instead of utility. Yep. Yeah, it was very frustrating. Do you think I'll stay in top 100, says Tim? I think you will. You've had a good year, Tim. I think you'll stay there. But obviously, 5 rounds to go. Plenty can happen, so I hope you do stay there. We've got 8.5 minutes to go. Up to 84 likes as well, so we're just 16 likes away. Tom, and also I didn't say, Tom Hales did trade out Newcomb. Good to hear. I was going to say, I didn't want him to keep him. So he did trade him out this week because he said if he didn't trade him out, there would have been a tweet. So, is Hawker still banned Mrs. Spam? Oh, you're talking about that other guy that was just... Oh, yeah. I timed him out. I didn't ban him. I timed him out. I didn't ban him. So he can come back if he wants. But if he did spam again, then, yeah, he would be probably banned because that would be... You've got the warning. So... plus, I know that people don't like spam. They're sick of seeing the comments and stuff and people putting that all in the chat. There's Chera with a handball. I think the game's starting. If the game, we knew probably Carlton were going to win. Hawthorn were going to win anyway. But if Carlton were a chance, they needed to kick a couple of goals in the last few minutes. But Hawthorn have just steadied things. They're a good team. They know what to do. They've steadied things, and I don't think Carlton are any chance now. What are currently the extras provided on the Patreon, says Troy. So you get a Patreon Q&A every Wednesday. I answer all the questions for Patreon specific. So like they put like some screenshots of their teams and whatever, and they say like, should I do this and whatever. That I answer all the questions. You get a team review per week through the Ask Me on Q service, which is the personalised audio response that you get. So you can send through your screenshots or review your team, and you get like an audio recording, like a couple of minutes worth of what I'll do with your team, your trades, my thoughts on your team, stuff like that. And then I do like recaps of the Patreon Cup rankings. So like Patreon Cup is an open league for the patrons that signed up early in the season, and the winner gets $300. So there's a few coaches doing quite well this year that are up there. There's that, and then there'll be a lot more next year. This is obviously just a Patreon's only the first year, so it's just a start. So that's what, and it's essentially $10, and you get that for the last month of the season. So if you'd like to do that, Troy, and sign up, then feel free. Can't wait for AFLW practice matches starting soon. Yeah, well, the match sims are this weekend, and then we've got practice matches next week, which will be good fun. So looking forward to that. We're counting down the days. There's Dylan Moore with a kick and punched out of bounds. I would love one more Carlton goal, keep it at 23 points, and I'm pretty close to the margin. Would you give me a team review next week in Patreon cut rankings? Well, Tim, if you're in the top 5, I will. Yep. Do you know when round 24 dates come out, says Dylan James? They normally come out about a month or so. So they should be out next week. They normally do it about 4 weeks out from round 24. So it should be next week. But I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Here's Impey. Looks like he snuck forward again. Oh, no way. Oh, he's nearly kicked it from there. Sounds good. We'll sign up, says Troy. Thank you, mate. The link's in the description as well if you want like the link and stuff for it. It's patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics, or the link is in the description of this stream. So I appreciate that, mate, if you do sign up. What are you up to now? 84 likes, so we're only 16 away now. So another few legends liking it there. So if you haven't smashed a like yet, please do. There's a +6 coming up for Dylan Moore. And there's Impey and Impey Mark. He has a knack of doing this, going forward in the last quarter and being effective. He's lined up for goal here. So he'll obviously go over 100. And I've got him in a DT Shiver draft, so I'm pretty happy with him if he scores well, which he obviously has. Dylan Moore's up to 88 as well. Moore's such a good decision maker and user classy player. Yeah, he'll be someone next year. He'll be probably pretty popular starting pick. He'll be priced at about somewhere around that 80 mark. And yep, that is a behind for Impey. Hit the post. So 31 points. Yeah, he'll be a very popular starting pick next year, Impey. Sorry, not Impey. Moore, because he'll be one of the only forwards available for us still. And he'll be cheap based on what we know he can do. Like, he's really a 90 averaging player, but just had a bit of a tricky year. And 200 points ahead of third in the cut ranking, says Tim. Well, yeah, you should still have a be in there, and you'll be in the video. There's a Chera with a kick +6, and Zach Williams lining up for goal. 5 minutes to go. This would have to go through if Carlton any slight chance of winning. Bales, is there leagues to join AFLW Fantasy as well? Yeah, Lee. Yeah, I know I'll be making an open league very, very shortly for AFLW Fantasy. Obviously, Freak here got an open league as well. There's all little leagues popping up around as well. But yes, I'll be making an open league for everyone to jump on very soon. I'll have to probably get onto that very soon, so try and get as many people jumping on as possible. Any players tonight, says Footy Frenzy? No, not for me. I had Ashton Moyer on the bench as emergency. That's a behind for Williams. Just completely hooked that. No one for me. I had Ashton Moore on the bench emergency at F7. I was just maybe wondering if he could pop an 80, 90 plus score and maybe take that, but never really thought he would do that. And then Impey's coming off at the moment, a bit injured. I don't know what happened. And yeah, traded Doc, which I didn't love, but there's a holding the ball free kick for Sicily. Yeah, traded Doc, which I didn't love, but it was just the play, unfortunately, on my field that I had to trade. Brent Daniels could be an option next year. Will be cheap. Yeah, Brent Daniels another really good option. The camera has gone really... Yeah, I was going to say, it's not raining. Camera's just gone bad on the thing. Now it's back normal again. Brent Jones, another great option. Matthias Filippo, another good option. So, but there will be options in the forward line next year that are cheap. But obviously, there's just not going to be any of those like real gun players at the moment, unless we see someone get forward status we don't expect. Like maybe Sheasel gets forward. Sheasel will probably get forward status, to be fair. He'll probably be a mid forward next year, which I think he'll be a decent starting pick if he's like the only forward that's like right up there. Maybe everyone just starts him. There's Hewitt for another +6, so he just continues to rack up. Chera's saved it for me this week, says Brad Smith. Yeah, what's he on? Here's a Doc for a +6. No, he slipped over. Didn't get the handball, so that'll be good for his points. How is Chera on 85? That's annoying. As a non-owner, that is really, really annoying that he's up to 85. I know, Brad, you're obviously happy, and I'm happy for you, but I'm not happy as a non-Chera owner that he's got himself. That's a free kick to Cowan, surely. Not happy that he saved it. Like, it's gone from being shit to now he's on track for an okay score. There's Harry Mackay marking it. So Doc's up to 75 as well with that mark. So we'll see if he can get to an 80 for owners. Sicily's tonned up as well, along with Harry O'Farrell for his first ton in his career, 13 marks. So if you got him on your bench, you might be able to loop him on. Don't think he's highly owned, though. On 86 likes as well, so 14 likes away. If you haven't liked it yet, please do. Just need 14 more people to smash a like for us so we can get 100 likes once again. Don't think you'll take Doc's score, says Stu. If you had the choice to take it or not, you're probably not at this stage, but yeah. 2 minutes to go. Harry Mackay with a goal. That's handy for my margin in my tipping comp because I went Hawthorn by 20 and it's currently 24 points. So I wouldn't mind even one more goal to make it 18. You see my question, says Tim. Yeah, I answered it before, Tim. Yep. Only 3 weeks today till AFLW starts. Yep, Corey, I know. Yep, looking forward to it. Elizeno Moore had 3 scores below 50 in his first 8 rounds. A poor first half of the season, but he's been managing 97 in the past 7 games with a floor of 70. Yep, and that's what I mean. So he'll be a very good starting pick next year. That's what I'll be probably putting in my forward line. Corey, I wish I traded Chera to Dacos last week. We'll be behind the couch with no Bont and Dacos this week, says Corey. Chera 33-point quarter. Yeah, I know, it's very frustrating. Got stuck with Hewitt and Chera. Happy with the result, says Jaiden. Oh, yeah, you'd be very, very happy. To get nearly 200 points from both when you thought probably you wouldn't get a lot is very, very good. Here's Hewitt again. That'll be a free kick for Hewitt. Sure. Oh, how is that not a free kick? He got held as he was trying to run after the ball. I really don't want Hawthorn to get another goal. That would ruin the margin. Probably should have gone by 30 points, and I would want Hawthorn to get a goal. Thank goodness I got Meek to Grundy. I'd be crashing out. Yeah, you'd be very, very happy. I don't even know what his score is, but we'll check very soon. Thanks for the stream, Bales. Great work as always, and good luck with your team for the remainder. Thanks, Brad. Appreciate that very much, and likewise to you, Luke DeBoer. Hey, Bales, love the content this year. Thank you, Luke. Very much appreciate it. Reckon it's a good call to jump off Rosie and go to Steel this week. There's Dylan Moore with a kick. I think you can if Rosie is your worst player on field, which I know a lot of people aren't in that position. But if you don't have your Mills, your forwards like your Rankins, Caleb Daniels, guys like that, if you don't have like a Bergman or a Ned Long or one of the Carlton boys tonight, which obviously you would have traded beforehand anyway, but if you've got rid of all those guys, you can trade because I don't think he's just going to smash out these big scores for a week or two, just while his hand heals a bit more. But yeah, it just depends, Luke. Who are the other guys you're looking at trading? That would be my question. Has Doherty been off this quarter, says Dylan? I'm not sure. I can't remember if he has or not, actually. Don't mind it, Luke, but have other fix-ups, says Stu. That's a free kick for Motlop. Yep. Get it to Doc. One more +6 for Doc. No, it's Carroll. Is Carroll going to... No, Carroll's going to go into the middle. So Cripps. Oh, Doc might be on here. No, Carroll just banging it forward, not even looking. Hang on. Doc's here. Get it to Doc. Let Doc kick a goal battle, you idiot. Why are you tackling him for? I know that Hawthorn want to win the game, right? But just give him another one. What are you up to? 87 likes. We just need 13 more likes. 13 legends to smash it up. We've got 38 seconds left in the game. Can Doc finish off with a goal? I partly want Hawthorn to just not... Oh, they're going to mark it here, aren't they? Yeah, Josh Ward. They're not going to give Doc a goal, I don't reckon. There's Dylan Wall, the +6, so he's going to get to near 100. So if you had him, you'd be fairly happy. You'd be pretty happy. 15 seconds. Oh, no, straight to Sicily. Nah, Doherty, why couldn't he get a touch, says Corey. And there it is, game over. Carlton, Hawthorn beat Carlton by 24 points. I was really hoping that Battle wouldn't have tackled Doc there. Like, the game was over, man. I know Hawthorn trying to get finals percentages matters, but happy with that from Moore, says Chris. Yep, no, Moore was good. Moore was good. Some decent scores from some players tonight. What are you up to? 88 likes, just 12 more people if we can get those likes smashed up. Hewitt 116, good score, top scoring there for the game. Sicily 114, his best score for a long time. O'Farrell 103. Dylan Moore got to 99 there. So if you've got Dylan Moore, you'd be very, very happy with him. I wish I went him over Parker last week. That would have been a really nice pick. Impey 99. Chera got to 85 in the end. I think Doc got 75 in his final game. Which, looking at half-time, he had a near 60-point second half. Was it 57 points he had in the second half? Everyone getting around Doc. Everyone better get around Doc. That's for sure. One of the champions of the game. TDK 64 as well. Meek 64. Crip 64. So not some great scores from those guys there. Day got 72 in his first game back on managed minutes. Amon 58. Geez, that's disgusting. And Ashton Moy only got 28. So, yeah, definitely glad I had him as my emergency and didn't have him on field, unfortunately. Not a great score from Moyer, considering that he was had a -9 break even, but that's fine. More 99, pretty good. Would have liked one more point for the ton, but I'll take that after a 40-point first half. Yep, you never know. You might get a late addition and get over the ton as well. Stu says Meek. Yep, no, not a great score from him. Love that every single Hawthorn player getting around Doc. Love to see it. Love to see it. How did Chera come back, says Dylan. Yeah, a solid score from him, 85. Not taking TDK in my draft again, so Riccardi, here we come, says Corey. Oh, tough matchup. But if you need the more points, then why not take it on? Stan Morris, who would you pick out of Nasai, Dunkley, and Brayshaw? Need to get up ranked quickly. Well, if you need to get up ranked quickly, it's Dunkley, right? Because Brayshaw and Nasai are so highly owned. So if you're wanting to go for a more unique play, it's Dunkley. If you want to maintain rank, you probably need Nasai and Brayshaw, but Nasai could cop some attention. Brayshaw, great matchup this week. Brayshaw's got the best matchup of all of them. So, up to 90 likes. Yes, so Dylan, saying we're 10 away. Yep, just 10 likes away from 100 likes to hit that once again. So if you haven't done that yet, please do. Yeah, Brayshaw's probably the pick this week if you don't have him, right? But it's a tricky one, Stan. Doc, only 31, should keep going, says DJ. I sort of said, I wonder if someone like from like a North Melbourne or a West Coast or someone like that just reaches out and says, hey, mate, how would you like to come to our club for maybe a couple of years, maybe do a coaching, maybe a player, a bit like Luke Hodge when he retired from Hawthorn, went to Brisbane. Does someone pick him up and go, we'll play at half-back for a couple of years and you can do like a player-coach role? I don't know. I wonder. But if this is last time we see Doc, he's had a great career. He's been through a lot. So, Brayshaw, Gawn, or Dunkley captain for draft. Brayshaw at 6, Gawn at 8, Dunkley at 6. No, sorry, Dunkley. So I literally got Brayshaw 6, Dunkley 7, Gawn 8. I think I'm Brayshaw out of those three. Brayshaw never plays well against the Eagles since Gaff gave it to him. Oh, his last couple have been good, Stu. He's gone like 115, 110 or something like that. So he's been better. And Sarong is now going to be the guy that's going to get attention. So I think Brayshaw scores well. 91 likes. We are 9 away now. So we're creeping close. I think it looks like I'd imagine that both teams will do the Guard of Honour for Doc, obviously, in his last game. Oh, there you go. Oh, there we go. That's in with Cade. Oh, that's great. Cade Simpson, one of the guys lifting off Doc. That's cool. Well, obviously we know that Cade Simpson and Sam Doherty were fantasy guns and Carlton guns when they were playing together at half back. They were the good times. Watching Carlton. Good stuff, Doc. Well done, mate. Well done. That's cool. That's really cool that Cade Simpson was one of the guys taking him off the ground. Almost brings a tear to the eye, that one, and it will bring tears to the eye for some people. There you go, and he's walking off for one last time. Obviously, great of Hawthorn to do that. There you go. Love to see it. Cripps and Simpson, so cool. Oh, yeah, it was great, Corey. How good's that? That Cade Simpson was one of the guys that brought him off. That was really good. Grundy or Goulden VC Bale, says Dylan. Definitely Grundy. Goulden, I wouldn't be shocked if he got some attention from someone at Giants because he's played well against Giants in the past. 92 likes, so just need 8 more likes. Just need 8 more to go to get to the 100. There was Brett Ratton there as well. Good scenes here. We love this. Beautiful career. Well done, Doc. But yeah, just need 7 more likes to go, and we are wrapped up for the night, I reckon. So if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do, so we can get to 100 likes again. We're very, very close. If you've got a second account or a third account or anything like that and want to smash a like and get us the 7 more that we need, then we've got 100 again, and the streak goes on potentially for another week, because maybe if we're not live next couple of nights, maybe. We might be tomorrow night, but we won't be, unfortunately, Saturday. So let's try and get the 100 again and go another week closer to the end of the year. Yeah. Any last minute questions you guys have as well? Happy to answer any of those before I head off. What are your plans for tonight, Tim? Just have some dinner, watch a bit of TV, maybe listen to a pod or two that I have to catch up on. But yeah, not much, to be honest. Not much. Pretty quiet night after this. Up to 94, so just 6 more. Just need 6 more likes. If you guys can get that done again. 5 more, actually. Sorry, we're up to 95 now. So appreciate that. Just need 5 more legends to smash a like, and we have reached the goal once again, which would be absolutely fantastic. You guys keep smashing every week. I keep thinking that maybe is this the Watchalong that we're not going to get 100, but we keep getting there, which is very, very good. How did my draft leagues go? So this league I had Chair for 85, Moore 99, McDonald 75. That's not too bad. Who am I up against? I'm up against 5th and I'm 3rd at the moment. So it's actually a big matchup in this draft league, actually. I didn't actually look at it. So he had Amon for a 58. And that was it. Cool. All right. So looking at the team, I hopefully will win. But having Caldwell on my bench and not having him in my team is really disappointing. This league, I'm projected to win. So I had Sard 83, Cowan 56. Not great from Sard, and Kerno didn't have a good last half, sorry. Yeah, damn it, in this other league as well. So I had Cripps 64, Warple 80, Morrison 67, McDonald 75. I had Sard 83, but on the bench. That's disappointing. I wish I had him emergency. I would have taken that score. Still 95. Still need 5 more likes to get to the 100 like again. So we're very, very close. If you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. Grundy into Smith says red lighting. Yep, I'd like that. Yep, if you don't have, obviously, Nick Dacos, that's an option. But I still like it. You're going my number 2 into number 3, so I like it. So you've got McCarthy, looping Mills. What's the line? 75. Probably 80. Probably take an 85. 80, 85, 90, somewhere around there. Be 80 plus. It wouldn't be 75. I'd want more. Sorry. You're looping the other way. Sorry, you're looping Mills. I would take, 75, 80 plus. I'd take. Yeah, I think I'd take that. Yep. Dylan Jones going to feel weird with that Doherty now, says Dylan Jones. Yeah, it will. Yep. Yeah, it will. Chris, Jack Martin to Myers, or McCarthy to Neal, or Rosie to Steele. I think it's Jack Martin to Myers, Chris. That's the trade that caught my eye the most. So, yep, Jack Martin to Myers is good. If McCarthy is on field, that would be interesting, because it comes down to Myers and McCarthy, or like Neal and Martin. I don't love Neal, though, as an in, because he's the guy that will just keep getting attention. So, like, what Lockie Neal's price is $9.09. I don't love that, personally. Like $9.09, who's cheaper than him? Like, it's funny, because literally under that price, there's no one really you want. Like, Dale was an option. But besides that, it's pretty barren under that. I guess it would just be what would be your plan then if McCarthy's on field, Chris, to then get him up moving forward. Up to 97, just need 3 more likes. Don't trust McCarthy that much. Not many kick-ins, says Stu. Yeah, no, it's a good point. Yep. No, you probably take 75. Yep. Even a 70 plus, you might go, okay, I'll just have that, take that score. Jam, sup, Bales? Didn't watch because I don't have any plays tonight, but I'm going Ralston to a red dot and Hewitt to Warner. Yep, tick from me. I'm doing Ralston to a red dot and then going. I went Doc tonight and I've gone to Jack Steele. So that's what I've done with trades. Still need 3 more likes. Just need 3 more people to smash a like, and we've got the 100 likes again. In my Supercoach draft, had sweet 200 last week. Nicely done there, Corey. I had sweet 130 something on the bench in draft because I had Briggs and Nank as my 2 rucks. So I was going to go McCarthy to Warner, but I don't like Warner's matchup this week, says Chris. Yeah, could you still go McCarthy to Warner next week? Because that would be what... If you've got enough cash next week to go McCarthy to Warner, then it's definitely just get Myers. That's what I'll probably look at doing. 98 likes, just 2 more now. Just need 2 more. I did share it to Whitfield. And Johnson to a red dot. Do you approve, said Dylan? Yeah, yep. Ticks from me. Yep. I don't love Whitfield's matchup with a tag this week, but obviously you want Whitfield at some point. Chris said yes. Okay, well, yeah, just do the Myers trade this week, and then you can get Warner or another player for McCarthy next week. But then again, it's like Jack Martin's going to make money. That's my only thing. But Myers got a great matchup. It comes down to Myers and McCarthy or Warner and Jack Martin. And yeah, Warner's matchup isn't great. So yeah, you'd want McCarthy and Myers this week. Yep, I'd prefer that. Why steal when Dunkley's cheaper, says DJ. The matchups. If you've seen the matchups for St Kilda, it goes Melbourne. Hang on, let me just get it. It's like they've got an amazing month. It's like the last 5 are amazing. So Jack Steele, his run goes Melbourne, North Melbourne, Richmond, Essendon. That month is amazing. And then he goes Giants in the last game, which isn't too bad. And he's tackling again. Like, his tackles are back. He's gone 5, 8, and 6 marks as well, which is also impressive that he's got that base scoring of, like, he's got some marks, he's got all those tackles. So I think Jack Steele is a very good option, and his break-even's 81. So if you don't get him now, you might not get him for a while. We just hit the 100, so appreciate that. Once again, another watch along, another 100 likes ticked up. Fantastic. Appreciate every single one of you again. Steele has the green mile, says Chris. Yes, agreed. Yep. I wish I'd get Steele this week. Had to deal with Mart, says Corey. That run is why I'm interested in Sinclair, says Elizano. Yeah, I'm looking at Sinclair next week as an option. I'm probably going to bring in 2 of Sinclair, Errol, and Whitfield next week. It's probably Errol and Whitfield, but Sinclair's definitely someone I'm looking at a lot next week as bringing in next week. How do my draft leads go and keeper? Let's have a look. I can do McCarthy to Noble as a unique. Says, ooh. I think I prefer that, Chris. Because Noble's got no Dan Rioli anymore for probably the remainder of the year. So John Noble is someone that you could look at. Well, Lockie Neal's still going okay, right? Like, he's still averaging 92, but yeah, 83 last week. Don't love that. Gold Coast, Collingwood, but then Sydney. Don't love that. Noble's got Brisbane in the wet. I don't love it in the wet. He went 83 against them earlier in the year, but then he goes Richmond, Carlton, Giants, Port to finish. Richmond and Carlton are great matchup. So I'd probably go there. Okay, maybe you get a lower score this week, but as a unique to on the run home, Chris, I actually don't mind that as a play. I think you can definitely go there. There you go. Alrighty. Well, that'll wrap us up for another night, but appreciate everyone that smashed the likes up yet again. 100 likes. Very much appreciate everyone. I'll be back tomorrow for the pre-lockout chat at 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. per time, answering all your questions. Stu says Mills to Zorko or McCarthy to McRae for F7 next week, but we'll see. Yep, don't mind that, Stu. Yep, good plans there. But yep, pre-lockout chat tomorrow. At this stage, there won't be a watch-on tomorrow night, but I'll let people know in the pre-lockout chat tomorrow, because if I'm not going out tomorrow, then we'll do one for the Giants and Sydney game. But if I am out, that'll be the last watch-on for the week, because obviously I won't be here. I won't be here on Saturday night because I'll be at the Showdown. So, but yeah, what time is that, says Jam? 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. per time is when we do on the pre-lockout chat. Same time as always, answering all your questions ahead of Friday night footy with a couple of games on. So, as always, thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you smash a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you want to join the Patreon for the final month, then jump on. You only got to pay for the 1 month. If you want to jump on the Patreon, see what it's about, or if you want to say like almost just like a token of appreciation for all the content for the year, then feel free to jump on the Patreon for the final month. Yeah, as Warnie says, shout us a pint. Pretty much is what the saying is. But I don't drink beer, so shout me a glass of Coke. There you go, something like that. But appreciate you guys tuning in as always, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow for a pre-lockout chat. So thanks everyone. Have a good night. See ya.